Welcome to Teens in Space! How are you guys doing today?
What's going on?
You already know.
Hey.
Yeah, we got the PBR waiting to get sponsored.
Hashtag major PBR whenever you watch your For the Wolves stream on twitch.tv.
Hey, Cloud! And
Hell,
Orion with the Prime sub. Give a nice cheers, starting off the stream quite well.
I just spilled it over my keyboard, Cloud.
Oh, man. So, before we jump into things, I think we should show off our intro. Let's hit it.
Oh, nice. You just saw that message?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. What message was that?
Nice. Said he'll be here in a minute.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, we'll roll the intro! The intro!
What is this production value? I wasn't told that I had to be fancy.
Look at Rusty Laser creeping on some lady. Hey, for the Wolves! With the year subscription!
Yeah.
Oh man, we should do a project together. Like something with space. Alright. Cool. Alright guys, Nye will be with us shortly, but
Oh, I get a hype train. Someone needs to sub or use bits to get a hype train going.
oh, we're close to a hype train. Hype train. Hi. One more person just needs a sub or gift a sub for a hype train. What happens in a hype train? I'm so bad at streaming, it never happened. So anyway, let's get on to some serious business. Let's introduce our guest today. Our two right now. Naya is on his way. Hey, Uncle Ross, hype train! And Data Wargaming did it. He did it. Not Uncle Russ. Data Wargaming. And that leads us to our guest of the evening. Let's give it up for Dad of Wargaming, aka Matt. Matt is a war machine judge anymore. Are you still a judge? Is it like the Marine Corps?
It's not really a thing anymore, but you know.
But he is also he is also too a Marvel Crisis person, an all-around gamer. Give it up for Mr. Matt.
Hey guys.
Yes, and always, but surely, we also have the streamer, the Kanye West of Twitch. Let's give it up for Mr. For the Wolves.
Kanye West of Twitch, baby.
As our blob, our shape-shifting blob.
In real life.
And also, too, our guest, Mr. Rusty Laser, our little man behind the machine. Let's give it up for him.
Rusty.
And we also have Nye, who is a bowl of fish.
Facts.
So,
Speaking of the devil.
dude, he's like Beetlejuice. You have to say his name 3 times. And so, quick recap for our travelers. They found a ship within the ice, and they were able to slam 2 ships that shouldn't go together into 1 ship. And as they went to Uranus, they've got a secret mission from a Miss Rose to go retrieve something from the space station Pepsi. The abandoned space station has left our heroes scratching their heads on why is Rose going to such a dump. Once there, a giant chicken man gave them goo, which was illegal. And during a fight with the shrimp people, yes, these are real races in the game, they found that one of their passengers ran off with their goo. As he shot his escape pod out of the side, our heroes are tumbling faster and faster down to one of the moons of Jupiter, where their ship began. But this is no moon, no ordinary moon, for we will find out as we tumble. Everybody, before we begin, quick stakes of where everyone is. I think Wolf, you were flying, I believe.
I was flying, yeah, so I was trying to get out of the barrel roll.
Dudes in space, Ben, what is up? And we have a hype train, man. We have a hype train
Choo-choo.
going on.
Choo choo.
Really nice.
Yeah, how you doing, Nye?
I am tired, but hey, we'll get over that.
I know. I was like, if Nye didn't miss a session, he must be dead.
Not quite there, but hey.
So, Nye, I believe you were with Rusty,
I like
Eva,
that cloud.
and Nibblebits. We're watching as a Mr. Jingles leaves the ship after shooting the door shut.
Yeah, I was sprinting towards the back, towards the blaster shot that we had heard.
Hey, Ben with the gifted sub. We reached the hype train. I think it's my first ever hype train. Hype train.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, guys. Woo. And you know what's even more hype than a hype train? Our sponsor today. Give it up for Go For Games.
Oh,
Dude,
stream.
Pabst Blue Ribbon gave us a sponsorship. Every space station would be called Pabst Blue Ribbon.
PBR in space.
So check out Go For Games. We'll put a link in the description on YouTube. I'll put a link in the chat. So that way you guys can go check out Go For Games. They're the local New Orleans hobby shop. And if you are still not COVID safe, they will deliver to your house for only $5 if you're in the New Orleans area, which is a great opportunity. But anyway, let's begin. You guys see Mr. Jingles as he took off and shot your ship flying. What do y'all do? Roll me either a grit or a flight check. Eva and Nibblebits, you may decide. Target number 8.
And you
No, I
said
rolled a
grit or
flight for
flight.
17.
Grit or
Alright.
flight? Yeah, you can make a case for both.
We're gonna
Well, I
be
guess
doing
Wolf,
a,
you should have done one because
I rolled a flight for 17, so
Okay, so you are not dazed by the spinning.
I am trying to keep us in position.
Nibblebits, that's not an 8. That's a 7. Are you dazed by the flying?
Are you
Yeah, I'm
space
trying
sick?
to see if I have any.
There we go.
You know what?
I think you have a couple tokens, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to sort of like tamp down my little android fists and like hold on to the door that's like next to me, and I'll use a token to like secure myself so I don't like I don't start tilting and flying through the ship. So yeah, I'll use a token for that.
Okay, so as you realize that the turning is very awkward and it is a little bit more than you thought your robot could handle, so you like punch the door and you're like, ah, as you see Rose's body start being flailed about in the store.
Well, hang on. Isn't Rose behind the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was with her.
Oh, he shot the door closed because Jingles shot her.
Gotcha.
And so the escape pod doors shut. He blasted off, and our doors have shut closed, and he blasted them shut. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna secure myself probably around Rose to make sure she's in that sort of bracing. I'll try to secure her as well so she doesn't get launched
All right.
around in this tumble.
So you got in through the door?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which side was I on? I thought I
You were
was
on the other side because you heard a
Oh,
gunshot and
I
ran
was
to
on
the
other
back.
side. So me and Rose are on one side. Okay, so yeah, I'm secured on that other side then still.
Okay, so you see her not doing very well. As
Okay.
one who got shot in the back of the head would not be doing very well. And she is in critical condition.
Okay.
Wolf, roll me a flight
okay.
15.
Again?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
Well, what
see.
about
Nice
Ava?
shot, not
She
good
goes
for your
on 11.
health.
What's up, Nye?
Turns out being shot not good for your health.
No, it's not.
That's a 17 again.
That's a 17. Okay, you are now starting to roll the ship perfectly with the spin as you're still tumbling to this planet, but you're not tumbling as fast and as dramatic. So
I
Rusty,
remember my Star Fox days from the N64, and I continue into the barrel roll.
quickly, what would you like to do? You'll have quickly. What do y'all want to do? Eva, you see the door got open. He has a knocked out Rose, and you have a knocked out Rose who's in critical condition.
I also have like a regeneration thing in the really back. And let's be fair, a spinning ship is not that far away from like a spinning whirlpool, which I'm really used to because water things and puns and things like that we can just kind of skip because we already knew they were coming. So we can just really easily like, get Rose, just kind of go towards that regeneration chamber that we paid for. Or
Okay.
Or whatever we did to get that.
So you're just running by and just grabbing her like a football and.
Turns out being a big thing made of water comes with some level of like, not so much strength, because if you look at my stat sheet, not so much. I mean, it's there, it's a little
Can
bit.
I throw something out there real quick? Just before we continue, does anyone have Gnome's stream on but not muted?
I do, yes.
Because
maybe I should mute myself.
There's an echo, apparently.
I'm an echo.
No,
Apparently I'm
except
echoing.
Gnomes
You're an
have
echo.
echoes.
Choo choo. Type train.
I have it muted.
Okay, so we should be good then, right?
Yeah.
Alright, bet. Just checking, sorry.
Yeah, thanks again everybody for the hype chat. Just tell me if there's any more audio issues. We're trying it through Discord so that way they don't see me on a delay. Especially this one, I'm going to be acting out a lot of things. So it's...
Oh, God.
By the way, only Matt knows what this mission is about.
Okay, so right now I'm just like at the cockpit. I'm trying to get as best it's the situation as I can while we're tumbling, trying to just get us to somewhat land onto this moon or planet wherever we're tumbling to.
Nye, roll me a bronze.
So we'll just
There we go. There you go.
Okay, I was gonna say a 6 because she's not a very small person, but
Then
but
adversity token away.
but
bump that
but
up.
Rusty can roll a d4 to see if how much he helps you. Because I assume that he didn't just watch you carry this. this
Oh my
shot.
God.
He just watched me carry this. He was just like, you know what?
I'm having flashbacks to last week in the car.
So imagine like when I went to secure myself that extra bit, like a whoosh of water just like went like right under my legs. And I didn't even see it. And I sort of secured myself and I was like, all right, good. And then I looked down and Rose is gone. Is that what
Can I help here by yelling at Nimblegit to try and extend his finger out to help Ava out?
I guess you could yell. I mean, you have a lot on your plate. Your ship is spinning, and you're now hit the atmosphere of this moon.
I'm in crisis mode right now. I'm trying to get everyone safe. Like, hurry the fuck up! Get everyone secure. We're about to go down on this son of a bitch.
All right, so now you are dragging poor Rose. So let's see how bad her condition is. she's roll me a brains 5.
Oh god.
Two.
Oh god.
She looks perfectly fine.
Okay, I don't know why we're worried about this in the first place. I mean, look, lasers are kind of like, electric eels in some way, just getting zapped sometimes. They go wrong at some points, and I've actually seen that a couple times. I don't actually have one in me at the moment, but look, things happen. So I never mind. I don't think we need to go to the generation chamber after all. Not that important.
So are you carrying her still, or you think she looks totally fine?
According to you, I think she looks totally fine.
All right.
She flips around. She's like,
Oh no.
I mean, if she's a puddle, then she's effectively just like him, right?
no, she's a person.
Try to find her.
Oh.
Gunshot
She's just kind of flopping around. I mean, I've been there too. I've had those days. Some days you just don't feel entirely physically coherent. It's fine. Apparently, she just needs to be poured into her, EVA suit. We have one of those somewhere. Maybe that will help.
So chat will see the hidden rolls that I've been rolling to see how bad Rose is off of the things y'all have been doing.
I know it's not good.
Oh, God. I see them now, too. Yes.
We didn't do that to Rose. I'm still trying to control this ship. What do you mean we?
So you guys, So roll me a brains, Rusty Nibble gets. Roll me a
All right,
brains.
I mean, this has to.
I'm gonna say a
Two.
2.
Hey.
At least he knows more.
Okay, as he's dragging her across, you notice that she is in even worse condition.
Yeah.
As not only does she have a gunshot, but her bones are broken in both of her arms and her shoulders dislocated.
All right, I'll be like, Eva, please, very slowly, let Rose down so that we can stabilize her.
Don't worry about it. She's just having a little bit more of a fluid day. It's fine. Isn't that how she's supposed to look that way?
Not her or my species. No. So maybe we should get her to a. So I'm sort of like walking slowly, not like a negotiator. Like no, just stay there. Stay there.
Can I,
I'm
can
sorry,
I at the
walking over.
cockpit yell back? And how close are we to this planet? Or this moon at this
You
point?
are 2 minutes from hitting ground.
Okay, so I'm gonna yell from the cockpit and be like, guys, we don't have time to be slow right now. We need to get everyone secure because we're about to crash this thing.
All right, what are you,
That'll help me
Matt?
pick up pace.
Matt, what is your character's name, by the way?
Davos Lighthand.
Davos Lighthands. All right, Davos Lighthands, as you are studying the thing that you're studying, you hear a loud screeching sound coming from the east. What looks like a meteor coming down to the planet.
I believe what you
Okay.
just said is natural resources have come down to the planet that are free. And, I mean, that's the best price. So I'm all about it.
So you're walking to where roll me a brains 12.
Nope.
Okay, so you have I don't think you have enough tokens. You have 3 tokens?
I have no idea.
Get
Yeah,
someone.
that sounds right.
Even if he has three
Well,
tokens,
now
it
you have
says
4
one on mine.
tokens.
That's a 1. Now, I do get a natural +1, so that's a 2. Thank you.
You're pretty certain that rock is gonna hit this moon, but you have no idea where and how far it will roll.
I mean, that just sounds like I need to get to a good vantage point just to watch it happen, because everyone loves a good train wreck.
Yeah. So, guys, you have 1 minute. Wolf, you start seeing that the ground is getting closer and closer. Roll me a flight. Since you did so well, I'll do a flight 10 instead of a 14, what I initially was.
Oh wow!
Oh.
I am
I
distracted.
think your die are weighted.
I am
Not gonna lie.
I know, there's been a lot of
by
ones at the beginning.
the blood in the outside.
Do you have enough tokens to get to 10?
I'm about 9 short.
Well, you still think you can save this, so you yank back on the thing.
That sounds like me, yeah. Trying to pull back and get into it. Now, my question to you is this: can I see the ground yet, and what we're about to crash into? Can I? See if
Yes,
it's-
you're about. When you go into this planet, as you stop spinning, you catch glimpses on that the planet is very forest and jungly, and you're about to hit a bunch of trees and the side of a mountain.
Oh, my flight did not prepare us for this. So
No.
I'm gonna look back to the guys. I'm gonna be like, I think the wheel's jammed. I can't turn this son of a bitch. I'm trying my best here, but I think we're about to go into the side of mountain here.
Can I-
Mountain.
Yes, Mountain.
About to do.
Yeah,
All right.
a remote to help sort of ease the blow when we crash.
Are you gonna brace for impact?
Yes. So So I have to do one or the other, huh?
Well, you could brace you and Rose, or you can actually roll your flight if you want to do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out this little remote and see if I can just basically turn on the thrusters, full thrust, to just slow us down from hitting this.
Flight
So I got
10
8.
too. Do you have 2 tokens?
I don't.
Cloud
It's
has a
at
good
10
point.
Now.
Yeah.
So I'm
it's-
like punching stuff on
I mean,
it, and then I like
how-
race and start racing.
Am I seeing you do this? Am I aware of what you're doing?
You roll brains 4 because you think Rose is fine. So yeah,
I
you'd be.
think Rose is fine, but he's doing other shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're not really focused on Rose. You're looking at.
Oh,
Yeah, imagine the
You know
show
what?
was like.
You know what?
crazy.
Not only do I apparently notice what he's doing, because that's my first exploding die, but I actually like haul Rose over a couple. No, that one, the button up there, that one's the one you want, and then start rolling your back the other way.
I just have this image of you flopping her body around, like push the button.
Oh yeah, let me see how she's doing.
It's like she would have been fine, but now she's not.
This is
Zach,
how
you're
you-
exactly
Okay.
right. We
Okay,
either
she got a
roll
little
one
bit
or we
better.
roll Infinite number. That's exactly.
She got a
right.
little bit better. She's
Ah, yeah,
actually.
doesn't take the minute.
You kind of moved her, so now her neck isn't rolling around as much. So yeah, you did.
You put her neck back into place. Good
It's
job.
like her head just slid like right under a shoe, and it just drug it with her, so it just happened by chance.
So now you guys hit the planet. You like hit part of the mountain, and you're just tumbling down like the mountain as you hear the grass. Roll me a grits check. Since Wolf warned you, I'll give y'all a 6 on grits because you knew you were hitting this mountain.
I don't think a 6 on grits can end well for me. Yes,
Leon
it
with the-
will. I'm gonna bump that.
Okay, so you're gonna use a token.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use a token too. I'm out of tokens, but
Okay, so you guys
try to
are.
brace.
Since you all pass your grit check, I will give you a flight of 5 to fully brace yourself. That was like, oh god, we're gonna hit, but you
Not
guys
only
were.
did I pass my grit test,
You know what?
I exploded.
Spending another adversity token. It's the last of my tokens. I've
What's
been off
flight?
by 1 over and over and over.
What flight are we looking for?
5.
That's a 6.
So you guys are not dazed, and you are perfectly rolling with the ship, and you've braced yourself, and all of a sudden the ship hits into a big old, like, looks like a redwood tree, and then it hits it, and then it falls back down and stops.
I'm just picturing that scene from Inception. Like, I don't know how, but me and Nimblegits, we're just running along the wall, going around,
Yeah, exactly.
Dragging Rose behind.
just dragging Rose behind like a dolly for a little 5-year-old girl. Just kind of.
And Matt, you from the top of this redwood tree see a nice looking ship that is really beat up.
Yet again.
I mean, clearly, what I need to do is go down there and start accounting for materials because money's tight, and I need some bits. And I mean, this looked like a bad landing, so I don't even need to check on anybody. They'll sort themselves out.
Roll me a brains 12.
Oh, here we go, another one.
I like them high numbers.
Right.
Wolf fakes
my
into a
God.
hole. A 19.
20.
Yeah, 20. You know of this ship is a science and scout ship or transport ship.
It's a prototype stealth class science vessel.
You also know that
Ooh.
this kind of handiwork must have been done with what's your race? It's like a Lorcatorian. You know that this work is done by a Lorcatorian, and you believe that that the escape pod has also been gone from it.
Well, it looks like if this is a science vessel, I need to get into it and get onto the computer. Because of all things that I need more than anything, it's more information to finish my thesis so I can finally get out of college. So I
you're
want to
trying
go
to
up
be-
there, and I'm going to try to break into ship.
So how do you land down there?
Valedictorian Lorian.
That's right. One of the perks I took was high flyer, so my suit actually is flight enabled. So I'm just gonna go down and smooth sail down there.
Okay, so you roll me a flight 6.
Probably not.
Let's see how hard you land on the ship. And how much you're gonna
wait.
scare these people. Okay, so you start
Perfect.
hovering.
That's
Do
what
you
I like
have,
to see.
I don't think you have enough tokens, huh?
No.
All right, well, you get another token because you failed again. So you start like hovering down, and you think that your depth perception is completely off, and you just clunk right into it and make a huge dent. And everybody in the ship, you get shaken as something lands on top of your ship.
Into our ship? Oh man.
Is it in or on top?
On top. So like on the
Okay.
cockpit, your cockpit's kind of turned sideways, and he landed essentially on the top of your ship.
So as soon as I hear that thump, my instinct kicks in. My first thing to do is grab my gun that I stole earlier, and have it ready from the holster, and be like, "All right, boys, we don't know what we're about to walk into, but we need to be ready."
Yeah, scavengers, guys. Like everybody, be ready. Like they're gonna raid our ship.
Well, clearly, the
They're just
easiest
coming
way to
help
get
us,
in.
I'm sure. They just saw us hit the thing really hard. Whatever we hit, that's new. What? Normally look like that? Like all tilted and such?
What are y'all
Yeah,
doing
which
with
way
Rose
would
on the
we
ground?
I will suggest to the team that we use her as a shield.
No,
That's solid
once
planning.
we hit the ground and we are, well, kind of not in danger, I'm going to immediately stabilize her. I'm going to pull out like this little medical Star Trek sort of phasers and like in her neck, stabilize her. I mean, I know she's unconscious, but it would be
Roll me a
sort of
brains
like-
10.
I just think we should still use her as a shield. I'm just saying.
I
She's
mean,
been nothing
we
but
could-
hassle. Look at
But
us
if
now.
she could walk on her own, right?
18.
I think she's
Okay.
figured it out.
Okay, so you just go right to work. You immediately know what's wrong with her, and you just start doing sci-fi lasery things.
And I'm like, these bones weren't broken before, like 10 minutes ago, or I guess it's been like 1 minute. So I'm like, these bones weren't broken before.
So you are able to stabilize
I'm
her, but she is in terrible condition. And Matt, what are you doing on this ship now that you landed and?
Well, I've effectively gently caressed the ship with my underhull. So I think the easiest point of entry will be the cockpit. So I'm going to slowly shamble over to the front of the cockpit and just kind of let my hands explore the area, just
So-
slowly, and see if I can find a crack.
So you guys hear bop 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 bop, what sounds like 10 people walking on your ship.
I'm going to draw my gun from my holster, and I'm just gonna shoot one shot into the sky where I hear the noise from, and say, "That's your warning."
Into
At
the
like
ship?
the instrument panel or
Yeah, into the ship?
Into the top, because like we're at the side, so where I hear the boom, 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 I'll shoot directly in the. It's not like I can do more damage, guys. Look at the ship. We're
Um,
two now.
I mean,
Matt
so that
roll.
life support and
Yeah.
that over there is navigation, and that one back there. Honestly, it controls the hot tub, but I think you kind of want that at some point. So
Oh.
which one are you shooting at?
Wolf, roll a
Yeah.
brains 6.
Oh god. That's
Three.
a 3.
That's a three.
Okay, so you think your pistol shot will go through a ship?
It's a laser.
So you shoot into the sky and it makes a
not
big
wrong.
hole and then stops. And Matt, roll me a brains 8.
So now the raiders are on the ship.
12.
Okay,
Shooting
so
lasers at us.
you hear what sounds like a laser come from the cockpit.
I mean, it's clearly just explosions on the inside. I don't think that's not a problem right now. That's a problem for future me. But current me needs to get into the ship.
Godless back, what's up? And we got Cloud. Orion too stopping by. Hell yeah. Yeah, so do you get to you got to the cockpit?
Yeah, I mean, yes? Question mark? Did I?
Well, I didn't know if that shot stopped you, if you're just like,
No, absolutely not. There's far too much science in there for me not to get there.
all right, so I'm gonna let you stream, and I'm gonna let you show Wolf and the people at home what Wolf sees that turns around the cockpit.
Oh no. Oh no.
What are you seeing? I'm ready. Hang on.
Okay. Let's see this.
All right.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my god. Fuck that.
So the thing that my guy admires most is productivity, because as a scientist you got to be really productive, and the only thing that I could think is more productive than me would probably be a spider, but they don't have enough dexterity to manipulate all the utensils I need, so I figured I could just put hands on the end of every leg,
I see that.
and I'd just be able to do all the science.
It's so gross, though.
Okay, so we see this, right?
So you see this. They're in the
Okay,
back helping
So
Rose.
the first thing I want to do is
Evo, what are
see
you
this.
doing, by the way, when that happens? And you
No,
hear a
'cause
gunshot.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on up there. All I hear is a boom, and honestly, I'm getting a little bit confused as to how terrestrial people actually work. Because I'm watching Nimbigus over here, and he's touching things and lasering things, and I guess you know how bones work better than I do. I don't really actually have any.
So I want to kind
I
of
think
look
she just needs a
backwards.
nap. She just looks really tired right now. I don't know if this is all that necessary.
Well,
So I
I do
want-
think it. Oh, go ahead.
I want to take like a couple steps back with my gun and like cool Nimble gets over and be like, this looks more like something you can take care of.
As Nimble
So,
just looks at you, and he's like, "You're the one with the guns."
I think, I'm be like, you got those really long fingers, man. I'm just saying, it's like 20 hands. You know,
Hey,
you
so do
got-
I. That's what it turned out. I
So,
gotta give you a hand.
So you hear someone scream for Nimblegits there, Matt, and you see a human. It would, I guess, roll me a 4 for brains. Let's see if you know what. Let's see if you know what Wolf is wearing.
Nope. Oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Sorry.
Come on.
Just barely.
All right, you see a guy dressed in a Bezos Empire uniform with a gun, screaming for a Nimblegits. Roll me a grit, Wolf. 8.
Okay. Ugh.
Would you like to use some tokens?
That's a lot of tokens.
I have 3 tokens left.
You could give 4 if you let it go through.
I'm doing 3 tokens. Let's do it.
All right. You are not scared, but more confused why a spider with hands is staring at you.
Looks like the spider with hands just knocked something down too. So Nimble gets.
Nimblegits!
Bring Rose's body. We can sacrifice it to the spider god.
Matt, what do you do as you see this man yelling for Nimblegits with a gun? I'm guessing pointed at the spider thing.
Yes.
So clearly, this is a science vessel. He works for Bezos. This is weapons science. I need to get in. I guess I'm gonna try to open up the cockpit with a tech roll. I guess.
Give me a brains, and this will help your bronze roll.
Serious Dead Space vibes.
Brain.
I have absolutely
Brains,
no idea
8.
how our ship is designed, because apparently our cockpit opens.
Well, I
Well-
mean, anything opens with enough parts removed.
He's using a
Yeah.
blowtorch.
Listen,
to
anything,
open up
anything
your
opens with enough lubrication.
Oh yes.
Okay, so hold on. So I need to understand this correctly. So we have a spider with hands who apparently is trying to understand how ships work. A ship with heat shielding, a ship that just came down through the atmosphere at speed and didn't melt, and he's trying to use a blowtorch of all things to open the cockpit without its permission.
Well, he did get a 1, so.
Yeah, I got a 1.
It's
So all
not a
that's
very
left
good
out.
plan.
Yeah, that's a correct assessment.
The gods of narrative causality wait a second, this makes no sense. Do you want to try this again?
No, I'm actually happy with this result. I'm good.
So, would you like to use a token? For a symbol?
No. No,
So-
I'm actually good with this.
So it is really hot on the surface, as someone has just pointed out with the atmosphere. And your blowtorch is doing nothing. In fact, it is even getting hotter for you to stand.
Oh,
So,
I
Wolf,
guess...
you now see the Spider-Man trying
No,
to use a
copyright,
blowtorch.
Spider person.
Spider person trying to open up your cockpit with a tiny blowtorch.
Eva's been hearing Al go off on this. She kind of leans back and looks over because she's trying to look at, Rose being put together again, and now she's seeing this on the ship, and oh, he's not doing anything bad. He's repairing the ship for us. He likes us. Thank you.
I'll wave back. I have extra hands.
Oh my god. So at this
It's
point,
a spin lobster.
can I yell at Nimbles again and be like, listen, it has a blowtorch. Something is wrong here.
Okay, yeah, that'll get my attention if something is trying to torch into the ship that we just recently put back together. So I'll look over to Eva, and I think now that I've gotten Rose in sort of a semi-stable condition.
She's stable now. She got an
okay,
8 on her health check.
So I guess if there is the regeneration chamber that works, like can we lower her into there, and then that'll sort of help keep her, her
Yeah, I mean it'll
wounds
keep
and
her. It'll keep her safe.
infection okay.
Keep Summer
So
safe.
You should probably
Is this
keep her in
something
there
you
for
can
a couple
handle,
of
Eva?
sessions.
If you really think she should, I think she just needs to nap. I mean,
Okay. Well, if she's fine here, I'm gonna go check out what's going on with wolves. There seems to be some sort of spider dance going on, and I think there's a blowtorch involved, so I need to go check this out. So yeah, I'm gonna take off towards the wolves.
I've seen too many kill with fire spider memes to think a spider with hands and a blowtorch is a good
He's like,
idea.
I've got the blowtorch. He's like, I'm my worst enemy.
Since you see this, give me a brains check, 8. There, Nibble gets when you see this giant spider with hands, and this will determine if you have to roll grit.
Oh my.
Oh, you just got it. Okay, so you notice that this is definitely a machine spider and not a real spider, and you're starting to wonder if your species, and you've heard of people of your species making animal robots.
No, okay, that's I'm going to. So I guess I'm trying to figure out how to get out of. I guess I'll, walk out the sort of hatch of our ship.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to think of what suit do I need.
So the hatch is like on the
So-
side that's on the
Hang
side
on,
that's
hang
up.
on, hang on. Let me get this right. So we've gone through a mountain. We're on fire. A spider is mechanical with a blowtorch, and your instinct is to walk out of the hatch.
Are you
Well, it's
saying
really
this in
interesting
character?
to me, Yeah.
Nimbles, no! Get back in the damn ship!
Let's see.
He has a
Um,
blowtorch and 8 arms!
I know, but I don't want him coming through here. I can stop him from the outside.
Oh, jeez. I guess I'll follow behind Nimble. I'll be like, well, you're gonna need backup. I have the gun.
Roll me a brains check, Matt. Well, since you failed, I'm gonna say 8 because you're really determined to cut open this ship.
Oh, get the fuck
I'll
out.
laugh. So you hear the latch open behind you as you're blowtorching, and you slowly turn with your spiderness over to the
No,
latch.
no, if you check out my character sheet, I got a telescopic head, so I'll just let that extend behind me to really amp up that creep factor.
wait. We have wait. We have what I can only assume is like a wolf spider with human hands
A blowtorch.
Yeah, 8 of them.
and a blowtorch. And it's, which portion of the spider? Is there a telescope? Does it come from the abdomen and the head just kind of?
Yeah, pretty much exactly like
moves
that.
around like that?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. So
Can I
we just
shoot
have-
it?
Is your species just named
Yeah, we
Nightmare
may have to.
Fuel? I mean,
It's not named Nightmare Fuel, but
Are you?
everybody's got to get their jelly somehow.
So,
So-
as soon as I saw that, blip, 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 I want to take a shot and just out of panic and be like, nope, fuck that.
I swear I've seen this thing in a journal.
Roll a
Oh, God.
fight, Wolf, and then you roll a flight, Matt, as he's
You said-
shooting at you.
Am I wearing a flight or a fight? You said.
You're rolling a fight
Okay. What am I aiming for?
against his flight.
That's a 6.
Of all the times you could have exploded.
I know.
So describe how you avoid this shot, Matt, with
Well,
poetry.
I'm gonna just let my body kind of sink down so the elbows come up real high, and kind of, get the thrusters that I use to fly around ready to just kind of scoot me off to the side. So
He's
I just
got
kind of
thrusters.
slide. Yeah.
There's thrusters, blowtorch, and a telescope. What the hell doesn't he have?
He's a Dark Souls boss.
For real.
Nibble gets, you see this, and you definitely know that this is your species' work.
It's the creepiest. It's the creepiest version of my species. I'm sorry, guys. It's like the subterranean variant.
It's Todd. God,
This is the
Todd.
chase version.
So yeah, when Al shoots at this thing, and I'll be like, no wait, that's a machine. And so I'm a little more intrigued, and I'm gonna
Which
go
makes
over
it
to
better
sort of,
somehow.
have sort of wave my android hand at it, and I pull out a scanner, and I'm gonna scan it for like life forms and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna.
Matt, you roll your brains at an 8 to see if you know that you're looking at your same species.
Oh my god.
I do.
So you
So
know
I'm
that
going
this is a guy
to
from your
become-
species, and you know this is probably the dude who built the ship. Who put the
I'm
I'm
ship
gonna
Ship
become
together.
clearly agitated because somebody else has either one, staked claim to this wreckage already, which is just blows all my plans out of the water, or two, he didn't die like he was supposed to, so I could get free stuff.
I hate when people don't die when they're supposed to. That's the
Right?
rudest thing ever.
Like when you roll a 6 and they get a 7.
So I'll pack up my blowtorch and be like, "What? Why?"
I'd be like, no, wait. I'd be like, no, wait. And I want to go over and see like the blowtorch, like the equipment. And I'm sort of inspecting like the work he was doing on the blowtorch at the outside of the hull, even though I'm clearly annoyed, but I'm like looking at the handiwork.
Cla-
And I'll
Cla-
start scanning his scanner.
I hope so too, Cloud. This is the.
Now,
to
do
see
we
if I can
know?
figure out-
Do we know
Oh.
what the
Our scanners are touching.
what the alliance is
We're gonna
to this
touch
moon
scanners.
while these two are touching the tips of their scanners together?
Roll a brains 6.
That is a Al Ian roll
Yep,
of
that
a
is.
1.
Of a 1. You think this
You know,
planet
there
is
are
owned?
other numbers.
You don't even know
His
what
dice don't know
moon
that.
you're on or who even owns this moon.
Okay, so because I have no idea and I'm still in the Bezo attire, can I kind of just sort of camouflage into a neutral color to avoid detection?
If you just want to camouflage into like a regular old Joe, is that what?
Yeah, kind of just like a overall like.
Roll
You've only
charisma
seen one other
against.
species. Wouldn't you want to look like me?
Yeah, where do you hide?
I am
from?
400 years old.
Roll charisma against Matt's brains to see if he notices you turning into. All right. Oh, we gotta see this.
Oh,
An 8. An 8.
I got a 9
Oh.
because I get a +1 in brains.
Oh, do you want to bump it, Wolf?
I can't. I don't have any tokens.
Oh no, you've been passing
Well,
all
no,
your
you just-
rolls. No, you got
you
a
just
token for
failed. You
failing
just
to know what
failed at one
planet you're
point.
on.
Oh, I did, so I got 1. Okay, I'll use the last one then. I got a 9 as
Okay,
well.
so you tie. So Matt, you think something is up with this dude, but you're not quite sure what it is. You're like, wow, this dude just changed clothes super quick.
I mean, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Could be a
I mean, I don't know
magician.
what's going on.
And it's clearly some fast-changing technology for clothes. He's probably an artisan, maybe a model. It doesn't sound like science, and it sounds like not worth my time. Just quite frankly.
So you two are still touching tips with scanners, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm
This
I'm
whole
trying to get
time.
it inside of it to analyze.
No, I
it.
don't
Oh, The change was gruesome. So.
Oh yeah, that is the point.
Essentially, you didn't see the whole change. You just saw the tail end of his body, but like, so he has like a red shirt under now. But so beforehand, like the red shirt bled out like blood over his arms.
Yeah. My arms like disformed and then came back into space.
All you gotta do is change the color, but your entire body had a shift to go with it.
Yeah.
It's the catch.
So
Yeah, I think we have to acknowledge this. So we have a Pugnarian who is essentially a horror creature in and of itself. The amount of things it can do, just by transforming, he scares people. And then we have the little thing from Men in Black, who he could have been anything, so why not be an eldritch horror? The scariest thing I could be is nuclear water runoff from Florida. Like, the worst horror you can get out of Mendoza is like, it is some sort of like wastewater out of like a nuclear plant that went nova, and all of them are things of horror movies.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen the news where Florida man tackles gator or some shit. So I mean,
but I'm not a Florida man. I'm a Florida puddle. There's a difference.
Matt,
I'm a walking retaining pond.
Matt, you get in your suit. You get a big beep.
Oh.
And you know that beat is that the subjects you were studying are now feasting.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
I'm going
what?
to. I'll say it out loud because
It's
I'm
getting
kind
worse.
of
Say that.
oblivious, and I'll be like, "Oh, the livestock is feasting. I have to observe this," and immediately start leaving towards the area. Just
There's livestock.
Excuse me, livestock feeding? There's other. Can I come with you?
and like natives, whatever you call them. But
We about to have a Riddick moment. Is it about to go pitch black?
I'm getting some sealed like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, we're going down a very specific narrative line here.
I'm waiting for gnomes to be like, okay, next thing you know, you're captured. There's bees on your head. Roll brains to see if you yell, not the bees.
You are
Nicolas
in a
Cage is right
cauldron,
next to you.
roll brains. Do you identify the vegetables also in there with you?
Right. What the fuck is happening?
it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
To be
I just
fair,
wanna check on the natives feasting.
Yeah, Nimblejits is very interested in this. Like, he knows the ship's gonna need work, but this is sort of Rose is sort of okay. He's like, this is sort of a neat, immediate, interesting thing.
Can I look at Ava and be like, what the fuck is going on? What is happening right now? I want to see how Ava portrays this situation of a giant blowtorch wielding spider attacking us and Nimblejits just casually walking along
I
with
take offense
He's
to
not
that.
right.
I've attacked no one.
So you just kind of look back at Ava, and keep in mind, Ava this entire time has been kind of, again, 6-year-old dragging her dolly around. She's been just kind of while they've been out there docking, she's been kind of making her way back towards the regeneration chamber and lifts Rose and places her on a regeneration bed. And
Is this Rose by chance?
Oh no.
I don't want to know why you have that, but sure.
It's my daughter.
So she kind of drags her back and then sets her on a regeneration bed. Not that she really needs it, but apparently she needs a nap. So she sets a couple of regeneration things on because, you know, if you really need a nap, having this be helpful. And then you just kind of lean back. What the hell's gonna? She's gonna. Oh no, that's the repair crew. They saw us tumbling out of the sky because we had this bad thing. We had a fight with
the crawfish people.
I'm trying to remember what Link's character's name was.
Bojangles?
Bojangles.
Yeah, Jingles.
I'm going with Bojangles. That's why I thought of him originally. We had a fight with Bojangles, and we just didn't have a good time together. And he kind of left, so we have to go find him and find out what's wrong. And then we crash down here, and the repair crew's out there, and they're just not doing a particularly good job. But it's okay. I'm sure they'll get it together because Nimblejits went out to help. So we're all fine right now. How are you?
I just kind of stand there with like a very confused look on my face. Just kind of like this.
the blank look.
Like everything's being explained to me, and it's like that scene where like all the mathematical equations go around their head, and he's just like, and I go to say something, I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. But they might have cake on this moon.
Ooh, okay. Where do we go? How can I help? How can I help?
And then
She's
we
gonna
can
have
follow.
to school. What can we do?
We can follow Nimblegate then, right?
Yeah, so I guess we'll
Okay.
secure the ship as much as we can. We'll make sure there's like, I guess we've got some sort of power going, so we can sort of keep things,
Goddamn cake.
moving while we hit the road for just a
Lock the
minute.
hatch.
Get in our EVA suits if necessary, and yeah, I guess we'll start following as we're sort of walking out. I'll unfettered. I'll sort of say like, hey, stranger, what's your name? Are there more like you nearby? Are you exploring? Like, what kind of ask?
Let's say that could be awesome. Make a meme about true horror.
No, I am the only intern that was sent here.
Intern, so you were sent here for a mission.
Mission? I was sent
Project?
here with busy work because they didn't have anything for me to do in the lab, so I could finish my degree.
A degree in what? He wants to start talking like shop with you about your degree in.
I actually have that written down here. Cybernetic psychokinetic limb control.
You see him like sort of he's like looking at his database. He looks up and his eyeballs have like sort of that little like streams of like code going through him, and he's like processing. And then he's like, oh, I see. And he's like, that is much more advanced than I'm familiar with at that level. So he's very much impressed.
Are me and Ava hearing any of this?
Yeah, I mean they're not really hiding, as he's just.
Okay, so do we understand what the hell's going on?
You understand that he's an intern, that he had busy work.
So I'm gonna reply. I'm gonna hang on. Cybernetic Whoozah Wazza Wooza. You're a spider. What is happening?
I totally want to roll brains for this because I had to absorb half this freaking ship's databanks to at least do what I did.
Yeah, roll brains. Let's do a 6, because I think there'd be something about interns.
Damn. Okay. Oh well. Wanted to try. Nope, I'm not allowed to succeed things.
He might be a baker.
Wait a second. Hold on. Wait.
I mean, cake was promised.
Right. Look, I don't think you understand. So, Frodo had his ring, and Luke Skywalker's had the Death Star plans. Our MacGuffin is cake. It has driven this entire campaign so far, and it will continue to do so.
So you assume that Wolf said that he might have cake, that he might be a baker.
How amazing! He's researching cake!
I'm just gonna be.
Ava accidentally hears Cyber Cake Nelix and like, oh.
Cyber cake.
I'm gonna slowly turn my head around while I continue to just shamble forward and just stare at him for a little bit and sigh.
You have a walking aquarium following along that seems to be excited to the level of let's say a 15-year-old girl who got invited by the hottest senior in class to the prom. There is the behind you.
I'm just
I
imagining.
die inside.
I'm just imagining the.
Matt, I will need
creature
you to
from-
roll a d20 to see how much you know about the thing that you were studying.
Oh no. Oh
Come
god,
on,
get the one.
come on.
Get the
There's
one.
only one. No!
Oh!
That's not the rule. Okay, hold on. You gotta roll again.
Oh,
Hold on. You gotta roll again. Of all the times you could have gotten a 1. God damn!
So I guess that's a 40?
Dude's working on his PhD on this.
No, literally, that is true. That is actually my
That is
character.
actually a 40.
I'm working on my doctorate thesis.
Matt, your character knows that you were sent here for busy work and you stumbled upon this rare phenomenon that's happening, but I don't want to ruin it for the players just yet. But you know a lot.
Okay, fair.
And you've been keeping this thing a secret because you want to get all of, because you're like, they have to give me a
I
degree
need to
once.
get all the credit for this.
Yeah. But it has stumped you for the past 2 days.
I don't think you understand. For the past decade, I've been an intern, and I have to get out the perpetual hell that is the busy work of being an intern in a PhD program.
That is an abnormally long
Failed.
time.
You could have improved the narrative.
I was kind of hoping you get a
No.
1.
Look, I've gotten a lot of ones there for you, but I just couldn't do it now.
But this is the one that mattered.
I know,
So
but you either go big or you don't go at all. So
that is true. So when you walk, you guys see the clearing in the forest coming as behind your people, and you walk in and you see basically a really crappy looking high-tech tent / lab, but it is not the high-tech. It's got like community college on the side. it's
Space University. Thank
Space
you.
University, and it is totally made of like rushed repairs and stuff, and it definitely looks like the bottom man of the totem pole got this equipment. It is outdated.
I've been on an intern salary, which is nothing for a decade.
That is quite a long time to be an intern.
I've had to change my major a few times. Just it's a long story, and I'm not emotionally prepared to unveil it right now. Okay.
And you get another
Understood.
beeping on your device there, Matt. That feeding is almost over.
Okay,
Oh.
as soon as that beeps and he says he isn't emotionally ready to say what's happened, I'm going to pull my gun on him and be like, you're about to be prepared. Because this shit has gone on long enough.
At some point, we'll see the spider basically making cake and extracting the cake from the oven.
At the same time.
And it's robotic behind, specifically. That's apparently where the oven is.
I mean, you're not wrong.
The session's still early.
See, here's the problem, Zach, is that his behind, instead of extruding silk, it extrudes fondant, and therefore the cake is worthless.
So
it
that
really is.
that beeping is going wild, and what do you want to do? Do you want to head to where the beeping, where you know where they're feeding?
Well,
They
he's
took out
pulling
my
a
gun.
gun
What
on
are you
me.
talking about?
Oh yeah. So he pulls a gun on you.
I want to know what the hell's going on.
Be like,
We've done it Nimble Jit's way. We followed him. He turned his head around and he looked at us like the thing from Toy Story where Sid put the doll on top of the spider legs. Like, no, we're done.
I'll explain that he's okay, and I'll explain that he's like me, but not.
You explain it, I'm going to look at you and be like, he has 8 legs, a blowtorch, a telescopic thing, and he has buns in his backside. You have long fingers. They are not the same, damn it.
That's true. He does
That
have
beeping's
long
getting
fingers
very
as
loud,
well.
Matt.
He has very
I
long
don't know how
fingers as well,
threatening-
if you haven't noticed.
I don't know how threatening Al is. The last 2 times ago when he shot this gun, it was at our own ship. And the last time
Okay.
he shot this gun, he
I
missed
will point out
wildly.
No,
That
last
I've
time I
probably
shot
done
the
the
gun.
least amount of damage to your
Last time I
ship.
shot the gun, I shot the guy in the kneecap. Oh, have you not?
No, the last time he shot the gun, the spider just went, okay, moving on.
Spider, I was scared.
Time before, you went, let's see, what in this ship looks the most valuable? Oh, the O2 sensor, black.
Well, he did shoot the dude's kneecap pretty well.
Goddamn right I
Right,
did.
but that was a while ago.
Listen, I still trust my shot.
So you have a gun and you were hearing the beeping pick up, and I'm guessing, Matt, you were kind of very antsy because you like being
Yeah.
there for all the feedings.
I'm gonna be like, look, I've explained what I'm doing here. I'm an intern and I'm doing research, and I have to see the feasting happen. It has to happen. I don't think you understand.
I
And
don't
I'm gonna,
feasting thing whatsoever.
and I'm gonna
Sounds like a
slowly like bring up my hands to like touch his face and be like, you should see the feasting too.
What kind of memory bank bullshit is this?
So there's two mechanical hands, and aren't they white like Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
gloves
yeah, yeah.
almost?
You know, we're backing up from those, and we're about to shoot one of those hands.
White attached to the like what brown, furry, extremely thin, chitinous exoskeletal spider.
Oh, no.
Nye and Eva and Nibblegits, roll me a brains 10.
Okay, that one I can do apparently.
Didn't
Oh.
do it.
Would you
Oh,
like to
one
use some
time.
tokens?
I don't have that many tokens.
Nye, Nibblegits, you're just focused on these robotic hands trying to touch Al's face.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the quality of like the build. I'm like, this is amazing. It's got like telescopic like protrusions and stuff. It's so cool.
Eva, you're hearing, you start hearing very loud and smooth jazz starting to play over the speakers.
And the weird thing about Eva hearing is Eva hearing means one of the many fish inside of the suit starts hearing it.
Yeah.
So you just kind of see the suit that is Eva's stop and the globe that is her, for lack of a better word, head just kind of tilt a little bit aside and goes, I think I hear a parrotfish eating coral, but that doesn't make sense because coral is not outside of the water and I haven't seen any water on this planet the entire time. You have parrotfish? You have flying parrotfish? You have wood parrotfish?
Okay,
And
so
I don't know
am
what that is, but
Yeah.
that sounds like a pod of whales crossed with a pod of dolphins
It
So,
seems to
in
be
mating
music.
season.
I would like to.
So I'm playing it through Twitch. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Can I hear this smooth jazz, or is it just me?
roll. You're you're trying to avoid these robot hands telling you about the feeding.
Yes.
I'd like to use charm to convince him to come to the feeding with me.
Okay. Roll charm against each other.
Charm off.
Boom. No.
Oh no.
No. No.
Charm roll go boom.
I'm
Nope.
very
So
charming.
Al is gonna avoid these
Well,
hands.
tell him your terrible charm technique to get him to go to the feeding.
Al is
You
gonna
don't understand.
avoid
You need to come with me. You need to be here with me.
Yeah, you gotta. You have to come to the feasting.
So can anyone else see me right now? Or is it just...
I could see it. I could see you.
Okay, so I'm gonna move out of the way and be like, you need to tell me what the feasting is.
I'll show you.
I am not going anywhere with your Mickey Mouse having Disney looking having.
I'm gonna fly. I'm just gonna start flying off that way.
Okay.
I will shoot.
That's fine.
Flight versus fight. Let's see. Wait, before you shoot, Wolf, you start hearing this smooth jazz and soundings of.
Yeah, I get very concerned by that because last time I checked, I played BioShock. Now you know where this is going, okay? I've been to Rapture. I ain't going back. Would you kindly? No, I would kindly not.
Are you
I
gonna
will
shoot at him?
the hand.
Nibble, I'll give you a chance. If you can roll your flight fast better than his fight, you can stop him from shooting if you wish.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Well, hold on. You're not. When you see
I'm
his
on
fight.
Fucking
Nope.
alien.
So my 2 worked.
All or nothing.
So, you really fucked up your boosters when you landed really hard. So you're like kind of like the prop plane of the Wright brothers. And he's about to aim to shoot you, but Nibble like grabs the guns, like whoa, what's? And then say what you want to say, Nibble.
I will basically like I'll grab the gun from the top so that it sort of disables it firing, and then I'll lower it and say, "Aren't you at least intrigued by the feasting?" And I was like, "Do I hear jazz music?"
Yes, you're hearing jazz music right now.
And I'll
I
pull
am
out my
not.
scanner, and I'll pull out my scanner and sort of show it to Al, and I'm
assuming like that I'm gonna see some spots of like life forms, so I'm looking for other life forms so I can sort of go to it and see what we may be getting ourselves into.
You see a bunch of different pockets of life forms.
Oh god.
Okay.
There's like 4
Pockets?
there's like 4 pockets here, like 5 life forms there, 3 life forms there, and then 2 life forms over there. And they are just
Okay.
they're just like
And
clumped
they're-
together.
Are they out? Like, where are we at? Are they out in the clear? Are they in a cave?
Yeah, they're out in their clearing. Y'all are still in the jungle, and he's flying out of the clearing. As I'm guessing, Eva is standing at the edge of the clearing, looking for an oven. I guess.
No, I'm still looking for the cetacean life forms that are apparently getting randy somewhere in this direction.
Okay, roll me a brains 6.
Okay.
And I'll ask our new strange friend, are we
Oh,
safe? Because I imagine we're here
8.
like...
All right, Eva, you see the pockets of what looks like different races, mostly humanoids, and they have long beards, long hair. Their eyes are very wide, and they are munching on these troughs, these like metal troughs that are laid out on the field.
You just see the soup that is Eva, so turn back and go. Hey Al, I think I see some of you over there doing things.
So at this point, Al is now like, oh shit, I'm in humanoid form, and it's human stuff. So I'm gonna kind of slowly step back from everyone while they're going towards this feasting. And as I do that, I want to kind of just, use that flight D20 that I got to just kind of skedaddle out of the way.
Okay, roll it up. So you're just trying to get away from the group?
Well, not even that. Like, are they going towards the feast right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
if they go-
interested in it.
I kind of want to transform into something that's not obvious, but also follow them,
Okay.
like a snake or some shit.
Maybe a large spider with many hands.
Maybe.
Come on, one. Damn.
Well, okay. So you turn
That's a great
into
idea.
a big old snake. A
No, I'm
snake.
gonna transform real quick.
Is that
Okay.
your daughter's too? You have another. Now you have a life size.
That was mine.
Oh God, no! I don't want to know. No, moving on. No, move on.
So
It doesn't have arms.
so, oh my gosh, that's on a t-shirt right there. Nibble,
It means you can't escape.
Nibble, are you following
It's
him
Milo,
flying?
apparently, was the idea when you ordered that thing. I hear she's the ideal woman.
Hey, she can't run away. She ain't got legs either. Cut that out the YouTube video.
So please zoom in and spotlight him during that.
Oh lordy.
So now I'm Snake Man.
Thank you, Dr. Krieger.
So it's
Okay.
feasting then, right? I'm hoping I'm not wrong. And yes, it is the feasting. So, Matt, explain what kind of science things you're doing while these creatures are eating out of these troughs that you yourself put. They don't know that you put them out there, but you put them out there.
So it's time for me to finally make contact with these creatures. And the thing that I've noticed that they always have and they love is the smooth jazz. So I'd like to activate my utility belt perk to pull out a flute and start playing jazz flute.
Oh
A
god.
utility belt, a blowtorch, telescopic accessories, and a flute.
Every arm has a like tool.
Like, good
or a
God.
flute, or a
Yeah,
musical
yeah, so-
instrument or a device or a scanner.
So we got some flute happening here. We got some scanners over here.
You blow into the flute. You're a robot.
I need to.
Why?
Zach,
That's the part that confuses you.
Yes.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
for the
Okay.
multiple hand Mickey Mouse looking having thing with the.
In his just for his benefit, I'll activate the utility belt twice, and the other one I'll pull a bellows to blow into the flute that I'll use 2 hands for.
A bellow.
So you have noticed that when you play the smooth jazz, they aren't even eating as ravenous as they always normally do. When you play like rap and punk and
Can we see what they're eating?
Go up. You look in, and you just see like what looks like grog.
Well, I'm a snake, so
Yeah.
am I just like appearing over?
Yeah.
Just slither it up in there.
Roll
The danger
a.
noodle.
Y'all can roll a brain. Does it help to be?
We have
To
a.
be
please fail,
fair, this
please fail.
is-
Yes. Okay, wait. Something for Al. We have something for Al. Chat gave us something perfect for Al.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So Al has been hearing this wrong the entire time. He's been hearing not feasting, but the word fist the entire time. And
Oh,
because
no.
this spider has hands instead of feet, he's been picturing something completely different the entire time.
And he did try to touch you with his hands.
That's good.
Listen.
I have concerns.
Oh my god. So
And that's
Okay.
right. When it's the fistening, the smooth jazz doesn't help at all.
It does not. So here I am as a snake
if you
trying not
relax.
to be fisted.
show us where he touches you.
He tried to
Avery
touch me
said,
with his
"Show
hand.
us where he
Answer
touched
yes.
you on the doll."
So in Al's mind, he's like, he just tried to touch me with his hands. He's about to stick it up these. You know what? This is just a bad time. It's good job I'm Snake Man right now.
Immediately, everyone, as if like clockwork, stops feasting, stands up, slams their shoulders on the side, turn, and like start to face each other into a circle. All these people, these are humanoids with like grown beard, like all over, look very malnourished, and then they start doing this motion.
What the fuck is happening?
It's starting again.
Yeah, that's
And
kinda
I'll
creepy.
point at
And then,
sorry,
now
see,
they're
what's your
starting to
character's
walk in a
name?
circle and doing.
To me, Nimblejets.
So at this point, can the smooth jabs just come? S S S S A A F F F. So we've seen them do the safety dance.
And
But
they're not.
we are now in a Junji Ito comic. Because you need to understand is that not only do we have the spider with human hands and telescopic face, we have the people being studied who were feasting and stuff like, but we also have Al, who is basically person-shaped holes the creature. By the way, if you do not know what I'm talking about, please do not look that up. Do not do it. This is not a good time.
But
That's the
YouTube
part.
monetization. This
Okay,
episode's
so-
brought to you by Go4 Games. Check it out.
So I'm still a
Oh,
snake right now, so I'm just gonna kind of
Yeah.
slither away behind them and
So-
then just like.
Matt, you know that this happens every day before and after the feasting. And they are
need to-
doing different they're doing different motions because from when you played other music.
Right. So I think we've done a lot of observing of this. I'm going to see if my rapid jazz fluting will change what they're doing right now, and I'm going to point at Nimblejibs and I'm like, I need you to get measurements on the angles of their arms. I
Do
need to
not
know
type in
what's going on.
copyright free rapid
Yeah.
jazz fluting. I swear to God, no.
He'll pull out like another digital device and he'll pull it up and he's getting it adjusted and aligned to their bodies as they're moving. So he's trying to he's like, all right, I've got enough movement now that I can track their arm
No,
and the angles.
We got to get this. I mean, this is the science I'm here for.
Eva,
he's
where are
super,
you
like,
located
confused, but he'll do
after
it.
where are you located as the circle's going on?
I mean, Eva's still with Spider Thing and Nimble Gets, but she's just fascinated by what's going on, by watching them and just
So weird.
is this? I swear these are movements of the oh, what's the name of these things? Hold on. I need
Bakers.
Hold on. Google, come to my aid.
So Nibble, you're in
Cool.
the middle of these people.
Yeah, I don't know about middle, but I am close enough to where I can get some readings for these measurements. So.
Roll me a flight, 8.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they're awfully
These are the
wily.
movements of the Pandalis borealis shrimp during
Yeah,
mating season. This is fascinating.
Would you like to use some tokens?
I mean, tokens.
The fact that you said that, hey,
Okay.
hang on.
So I'm getting a little too close to my readings, and
So you do use 2 tokens?
no, I don't have any tokens. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm just.
Can
I
I
got my
assist
scanner,
him?
And I get maybe a little too close.
If you would like to throw some tokens and
Yeah,
tell how you assist.
absolutely. To get my science done, absolutely.
Okay, tell him how you assist him. As you see him
So-
reading, and one is coming up really close as they start walking and moving.
Whenever they get too close, I'll like kind of saunter up and I'll get in the way and like I'll start like staccatoing my jazz flute to make them kind of back up a little bit and try to move them away like a Pied Piper.
Oh, so you're like playing at it? and
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah.
back.
Nimble, you realize that you got really close into hitting one, and you can decide if that's a good or a bad thing.
No, I don't want to hit it. I realize that I'm like interfering, so I'm gonna back away. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to interfere.
Does anybody have any questions for the Spider-Man who is playing jazz?
I would like to pull. I'm gonna use utility belt, and I'm gonna pull out like a little recording device, and I'm gonna record your flute playing, and so I can measure like the tones, and I can go back and study and analyze like the pitch and time for all that sort of thing, and just to have that recording on me because I'm like, ooh, it's
I
gonna
mean,
keep them safe.
I am pretty good.
Yeah, Cloud, I'd really love to put that, but I am putting this on YouTube, so I want to make sure it's copyright free. So that's why we're listening to
Yeah, that definitely would not be.
that. I out of game. That is why jazz is being played now, because there's a lot of free jazz.
Fair. Fair.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
they're
it's
still.
like a snake charmer, right? That's what we're kind of okay.
Matt, you know that they will do this until next feasting, which is about 6 hours.
So I'll relay this information because, you know, I'm stumped at this point and I need to figure out why this happens. And so I'll start relaying the information of like, this happens like every 6 hours, like clockwork. They do this dance and they won't stop. And then they feast again. And it's just an infinite loop. And it's almost like perpetual energy.
And they're moving around in a circle while they're dancing.
Interesting. I want to take a sample of the food that, or whatever that they are feasting from.
Matt, if you'd like to tell them you are the one that's been putting out this grog for them to eat.
Yeah, I'll just tell them exactly what it is. I was like, I mean, I just fill these troughs up daily.
Because he got a
What-
20
what is
or a
it?
39 on his brains.
Yeah.
So he's been studying them. He finds if he does not leave out food, they will eat grass, and 2 have died from just grinding grass.
What were they doing before he arrived?
Right, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like,
He-
what is the food? Why did you start feeding?
Matt, your
What-
character arrived, and you were doing busy work, and you stumbled on these, and you saw a lot of dead bodies, and then there was 15, and then now there's 10? Yeah, it was about 10.
Okay. So
2, 3, 4,
yeah, I'll be like, they were just
14. There's 14. There was
Foraging.
20, and now there's 14.
So in 10 years, that's what we're talking about? Or
no. I've only been
Oh,
doing
recent.
this for a few weeks.
got it, okay.
This is my latest excursion for my thesis.
I see.
I've had many thesi that haven't come to fruition for no fault of my own.
Oh, certainly, we can't help ourselves.
I mean, sometimes the science goes where the science is.
Oh,
goes.
where do you put the bodies, Matt, when you found the dead ones?
Into the trough.
Do you want to relay that information?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what this material is.
Yeah, no,
so I might find out.
I don't see anything wrong with that. It's just protein.
Yeah, so do I
This
pick that up on
episode got
my
really dark.
scanner?
Give me 1 second.
So yeah, I'm imagining I'm thinking,
You're saying getting very dark. The narrative has not diverted at any point. It's been going in this direction the entire time.
I mean, how is this any different than fish eating other fish? I don't see the problem here.
And so I'm looking back. These are humanoids, like human.
Yes, these are
Are
humanoids.
they? They're like malnutritioned, right? You said
Yeah.
They're bearded and gaunt.
Like, I'm picturing. You remember the disguise of Jafar from Aladdin? The one he was down in the dungeon with Aladdin, you know?
Yeah,
He who has the gold makes the rules. That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
just 14 times.
Yeah, interesting. And this was a recent study of yours, huh?
So he told you he's just stumbled upon this because they sent him to this moon for busy work, and he
Right.
stumbled upon these people that are dancing in a circle.
I mean, I'm supposed to be studying these rocks over there, but let me tell you, they're rocks. I figured it out. Case has been solved.
Oh, have you come up with the disease name yet? Or this phenomenon?
No, I did not.
So what he hasn't told you yet is these are the other students.
Right.
No.
You do
No, I was the
notice,
only intern.
Eva, you do notice that there is a
You're
body
the
of
only
water
intern,
nearby.
They're the students.
Oh.
Wait, what do I notice?
Eva, you notice there's a body of water nearby with fish in it.
Ooh. I'm gonna go and literally just like stick my globe in it.
Okay.
Is it fresh water or is it salt water?
What race are you again? You're fresh, right? No, you're salt.
I know I'm salt water. I'm oceanic.
It is salt water, and you notice that there's others of your species in this water.
Oh, just helmets off. I'm diving in. Just you see the water drain out of the helmet for a second. Helmet empty. It gets unscrewed, put over to the side, and the suit just tips forward, and it just tips forward just into the water. So the top of the suit is now in the water, and just starts slowly draining as I just dive into the salt water to go join them and say hi.
We'll get back to you on that. Nibble, roll me a brains 6 as you're looking closely into this guy's face.
What?
How'd you get a 4?
Wow.
How is
What?
that impossible?
Oh, it exploded, and then you got a 19, and then you got a +1.
You are as
Plus
much
one,
an
wow.
expert on this man's face as he is on these things.
Like, I know this face.
He spent months studying this. You've looked at him for a second.
You actually looked into his soul and you understand him.
Yeah, so I've got all the scanners going, and I was probably like looking at the measurements for their arms, and then I was like, his face is so, and then I'll get some sort of reading.
Okay, well, I was expecting you to get like a 6, and I was just gonna say that you see this guy is tearing up as tears go down his face as he's smiling and doing this.
So creepy.
But also what you see is a, what you believe to be a tiny dot crawl inside his eye and then back to the back part. And your scanner picks up that it does not know what that was. It cannot tell if it's life or machine.
All right, I'll try to study it a little bit more, and I'll look at another one. Do they have the same? I'll scan them as well. Do I notice that same dot or flash or same form?
You notice that they too are also like kind of tearing up and crying.
Okay.
But you do not, you don't see that dot as much, but you do see that they are
Okay.
crying as they're smiling at you, like. And
Do
then
they
roll me a
have,
flight
like, any,
8.
like- yeah, I was gonna say, do I get any like emotional readings from them? You said brains.
Yeah, you notice you don't. Their body says happy. Like, you know, it's they don't have like a rest. They have like a relaxed body, but you can tell in their face that they are crying and that their face is scrunched up. But their body readings are as if they're at a spa.
Okay.
And now roll me a
Okay.
flight 8.
I was gonna say
Okay, what did I miss? Sorry.
I'm probably.
We went into full
interested.
horror. We have officially reached horror. Like there were hints of horror. As Zach just said, we went from close to Junji Ito to this is Junji Ito and Lovecraft are currently having a romantic relationship.
Okay, I see brains 40. What the hell did I miss?
He
So
did a
apparently-
skin.
So apparently, like, Nibble gets leaned in to take a measurement, and what he saw, this guy he's leaning into this old man, kind of the guy's smiling, and just like this little cockroach thing showed up out of nowhere, crawled across his eyeball, and then went around towards the back of his head.
Yeah, and
And
he's
this thing is on
tearing out.
multiple of them.
His like muscles are like strained, making him like.
They
dance
are
and
they are
dance.
smiling
He's got a
with
big
this really
smiley
like
face,
I am very happy with myself, and they're also crying.
And you are also watching as the spider thing has the flute, and he's like playing the flute so y'all don't bump into it.
Oh no, I learned that nearby is an actual bit of like
This is fine.
ocean, like there's an ocean body of water, and I dipped out of my suit and went to dive and talk to my friends, because apparently there are other Benthosa down there somewhere. So
Okay, so what am I doing right now?
You
What
were
are you
looking at the
doing?
trough.
What are you doing?
Oh, you just found out that when he came down, there was like 10 dead bodies, and he told you that they were eating. Well, when he came down, not when y'all. There was 10
Okay.
dead bodies, and during feasting, if he didn't lay out these troughs, they would just eat grass and they would die. So
Okay.
after
Well, am I still a snake right now?
oh, you're gonna also like is because I let Matt decide what he put in the troughs, and whenever one of them died, because 4 has died on his watch, he throws them into the trough. So that is what happens when you were looking in the trough. And
Okay,
you
so I see dead
see.
bodies just floating to the top.
No, we grind them up, man.
Oh,
You-
okay.
you mix them with, like,
I mean,
nutrient taste and
I
stuff.
mean, at least you
Yeah.
make like a nice pate or something. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I know. We're not savages. I'm
Alright, I come back from
researching.
being a snake. I am turning into a human again, and I'm shooting. I don't give a.
Roll
flying
me.
fuck. We are shooting.
Roll me a grits, Matt. I'm gonna say a 4 because you've been grinding up humans by yourself in the woods. So
Yes,
I'm gonna
very
say
gritty
a
of you.
4.
I don't think I have great grit. It's fine. Alright.
Man out here acting like it's just a normal, everyday thing to have
What?
cockroach
Here
humans.
we go. There it is.
Ooh!
Would you like to use some tokens?
Nope. This is deserved.
You see a snake that was looking at your trough. The skin just rips, peels off, and then the muscles peel off. And then as this peeling happens, forms into a human that you saw beforehand. And you are freaking out because you've never seen a Pugnerian transform.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, look. I am a spider with human hands and a telescopic head that's been grinding up humans for the past 4 days and feeding them to other humans. But you're effed up, man.
So, as I turn into my human form, I am just gonna.
No, we are skedaddling.
I am grabbing the gun. I am saying, I don't know what is going on here, but I am not being a part of this shit.
So, important question though. As you skedaddle, do you keep playing?
Yes. Because
Okay.
the only thing that keeps the vicious,
Yeah.
vicious human
Here it is.
at bay
Here it
is
is.
the sultry smooth jazz. But we stopped playing smooth jazz. And
So
we flip
yeah,
it to heavy
I
metal.
need flight checks 10s from all 3 of you except Eva, because you were distracted by his transformation. He was distracted by his transformation, and he is no longer playing the flute that kept that thing back from you.
Was
So-
kind of figuring this.
Point of order. I do have a recording of this
Oh, okay.
sound. So if everybody's skedaddling,
We'll let you do an 8 then, because he is by you. But you're like looking deeply into this dude's eye, trying to find that cockroach again.
What the hell has happened?
Oh.
Okay, so I'm the only successful one here.
No,
Ah.
he got it. He got his
so
eight.
I got an 8.
Oh yeah, Nimble's got that.
So
So
you
speaker
freak
is
out
sorry.
over this spider. You freak out over this snake transforming that you accidentally bump into one of the dancers. And when you bump, he hits the ground and he starts shaking violently. God, bah, 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 really, really loud. Everybody roll, besides Eva, roll a grits check of 12.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're not gonna. I can't even get a 12. I was gonna explode.
These are reasons why
I did explode, and I got a 10.
you did explode.
Are you gonna use 2 tokens?
The stock
That's
out
so-
now.
ow.
Al's the only one that can get tokens.
Oh, I have to roll a
He gets all
d10.
of them.
I'll get to every token.
Alright, so I need a 10.
Yeah.
See,
I
that's
need a
why
one-
you should go like visit with friends every once
I'll
in
spend
a while.
3.
I'd love to watch
said I
this
needed a
campaign
1,
with
right?
a full Snyder's
You said I
Cut
needed a
length
1.
film.
So
That
one
leaves me down
hour,
to 2.
right?
Yeah,
I think-
so, Al, you are stopped in your tracks as this guy is laying on the ground screaming at the top of his lungs, bah, 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 and you are
Right.
stone cold, like, as a ghost, and you are frozen in place. What did you get, Rusty? Did you pass?
I think I had an 8.
Okay,
Okay.
you are freaking out,
Oh,
too.
wait, a 10. Yeah.
You got 10. Okay, it was a 12, right?
Yeah.
And you two are freaking out, and you guys are like, like essentially like when you broke your mom's vase, or like when you punch your little sibling and they're crying, and you're like, oh fuck, oh fuck, what did I do? And this thing is getting louder and louder as it's bah bah bah
So he's
bah
turned into a
bah
sheep.
bah.
So based on my previous experimentation and knowledge with this, do I know what's going on?
Yeah, that's probably why you're afraid. The last you were getting a Vietnam flashback of
Oh,
when you
God.
tried to push one and it did this exact same thing and it exploded.
Okay.
Unlike my dice.
Look, they're just doing it in reverse. It's like negative exploding.
So I'm just kind of like staring at this thing going, what the fuck is going on now?
I mean, I guess as
Roll
it's getting
me,
louder,
Wolf.
we-
You need a flight of 14 because you're frozen still. You guys need a flight. Actually, Matt, you can roll a flight of 8 because you know it's gonna happen.
That's a
And
17.
and Nibblegets, you roll a flight for 10.
Nope.
No.
Of course,
yeah,
Al's
sort of
the only
like-
one who passes on this one thing.
Okay, so Matt, your character
Oh, wait, wait.
immediately
Yes,
shoots
it
back.
explode.
Oh yeah, yours explodes. Yeah, you shoot back knowing what the hell's about to happen. Nibblegets, you get closer, and all of a sudden, guts, an explosion, a launch, and it hits all over your suit.
Gross.
Oh, so much viscera.
Eva, you
Takes
hear a
so
giant
long to clean up.
explosion on the surface.
Not happy.
What happens with me?
You ran
Oh,
when it's.
You died.
Eva,
Again?
you hear a lot of explosion, and one of your kind comes up to you.
I mean, look, this is not the first explosion I have heard of these folks. It's kind of business as usual. Lasers and explosions and a pure lack of
This is
tape. On the other hand, potential friends down here, and the last time I saw another one of my kind was some time ago. So, meet and greeting. Let's talk to people.
So one of them comes up, and he is a saltwater. It's like a bunch of salmons come up, and they go eye level with your fish, and they're like, boop, and they speak telepathically, and they're like, oh, hello, you're not around here.
And I'm from a long ways away, and there's the starfish just kind of whirls its way through the water, which is not something they normally do, but those are break rules. And it just kind of like points the longest.
I mean, we
of
have
the points.
We have spiders feeding people. It's okay. We can
Yeah,
pretend that.
Feeding people, it's fine. I'm a people person.
It's like not
and
even 6 years old, not even 3 years old.
you were
Yeah.
only 6 years old, so maybe.
Eva's
they're-
young. Just kind of points in some direction towards the sky.
So, Rusty, roll me a grits check while I deal with Eva, and I will tell you what happens with that grits check.
There we go.
All right.
Ooh, hey.
Eva, you talk to this person, and they go, "Oh, are you here to join the dance party?"
we were watching it, but then I saw this over here, and I came down to say hi and hi.
Hi. Well, yeah, we try to join the dance party, but we have no suits to dance.
I have my suit. There may be other suits. We can see if they can send suits to you. They can just them down. They actually gave me a second suit, but it broke.
Oh, well, the stone-faced man said he would give us a suit.
I haven't seen a stone-faced man. I saw a spider face. No, I saw a man-faced spider.
Oh
And
no,
hair-faced man.
the spider guy is rude. He's always grinding and cursing. No, the stone-faced man says he only brings happiness. And we told him walking will make us happy.
Why is Michael Jackson in the sea? No, that's ignorant.
Allegedly.
You're being ignorant.
I think you're kind of knowing what horror is coming, aren't you?
Well, we deliver stuff. We could see about delivering suits.
You need to
I
talk
don't know
to
when we'll be back here. I don't know where here is, but we can try.
You need to talk to the stone-faced man. He would really like you to drop off things to make people happy. That's why the people are dancing.
I like making people happy. We should talk to the stone-faced man. Do you know where the stone-faced man is? I will get my friends to go talk to the stone-faced man.
They haven't shown up. He hasn't shown up in a little bit, especially since the Spider-Man keeps cursing and grinding all through the night.
This just turned so sexual.
Not that grinding.
I mean, we didn't say not that grinding.
But if you can get us a suit, we'll take you to the stone-faced man.
Well, I have an extra suit in the
Hey,
shed.
Apollo.
I can see if I can bring you a suit.
Sweating God.
Let me go see if I can bring you a suit.
Thanks.
Eva's gonna start flowing back towards hers. Now she has a mission. One that has no cake involved, but it's for one of her people. It's good.
Well, I mean, they said the stone-faced man makes people happy, so, you know.
Yeah. The stone-faced man might have cake. That would make her happy.
So what did you roll? I didn't even see the roll. You rolled a 14. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like the new ocean person could be an amazing one to have on the crew. You suddenly this blasts, but your suit is starting to panic that something is trying to crawl inside of it. But your suit was so well made that it is not, that the thing is not coming in, but it is like lighting up red on your little radar, and it's like, intruders trying to get in, intruders trying to get in.
Okay, I will.
Oh, Matt, did you ever shut off the jazz music or no
My
on the
No.
speakers? Okay.
Beautiful.
So yeah, my little thigh pocket will open up, and I will pull out like a water pressure blaster, and I'll sort of hosing myself down to get this like creepy disease thing off of me.
You start hosing, and then as you're hosing, you see like the parts of your radar are just like starting to be clear as you
Okay,
start
yeah.
hosing this guts, and as you see it, the red looks a lot more silvery. Is the thing trying to get in Scream like a lambs too? It's, roll me a grits check there, Al. 7, because now there's no more screaming.
Nope.
All right, you
Why
are
even roll?
panicking because 1, no one else is panicking about this, and 2, a man exploded in front of you.
Like, what do you... All of y'all just don't acknowledge the fact that we have exploding people around here.
I'm
You're,
acknowledging
you out
it.
here...
I haven't seen the exploding people yet. I've
I'm
been
washing it off.
You know,
You got a
Yeah,
hose, we have a spider with a blowtorch, and we're just gonna ignore the exploding humans.
Can I also pull out a hose and help him start hosing off?
Oh my
It
God.
just seems
Yes,
fine.
sure. You just start pulling a hose out of you and like.
It's like, oh, nice.
Not
Okay,
the first time
you
that
know
I've
what then?
seen
Screw
this.
it. I want to transform and have a part of a hose come out of me, and I can start hosing down too. Fuck it, let's all have hoses.
Hell yeah, that's called
Okay,
teamwork.
hold on, wait. There are only so many fluids. What fluid are you using to hose it down?
You don't want to know. It involves the fisting angle.
All right, as you're getting hosed down, this is where Evo returns from the water.
I think I would probably immediately start backing away from the dancing humanoids, especially the exploded dancing humanoid.
Oh, they just also step over his body in the circle, as you're noticing.
Yeah, whichever way I could get away from it the easiest without
Why are
touching
they
another
doing the
one.
Macarena?
There's only so many limited dances I can do in the square.
Why aren't you doing Macarena?
Because I didn't roll more than a 1.
That's fair. That's
So,
fair.
Eva's
You must have
suit-
all the tokens, though.
Like, if you take a latex glove and you just kind of wrap it around the end of a faucet and turn it on, that is what is happening to Ava's suit. It's just slowly filling up, and then eventually it is very full. It gets up, reaches down, grabs the helmet, screws it on, and then slowly the helmet fills up full of water, and then up comes Fish. And Eva's gonna come jauntily coming over to you. Hey, we have friends we have to help. Also, there's a stone-faced man that we have to talk to too. It should be a lot of fun. What have you guys been doing?
Imagine we're sort of wiping off the rest of the goo that is left over from the explosion.
Yeah, so you see them all 3 spraying him, and you
And I
say you
zip
need
up
to
my
go see the
pants at this
Stoneface Man. Matt, you've been on this spot for like 4 days now, and you have not seen any other person besides these people dancing.
So, yeah, I'm gonna immediately question, like, what Stoneface? Excuse me?
Oh, my friends in the ocean said that there's a stone-faced man who comes around and helps these people, but he doesn't really like you because apparently you do a lot of grinding and loud language. Also, I need to go get a suit from the ship so I can bring it back to them because they're gonna help us go find the stone-faced man. So I'll be right back. And Eva's gonna turn around and she's gonna start walking towards the ship.
So I'm gonna look at the other two and be like, and I'm the disturbing one sometimes. Like I'm the weird one.
And I want to respond and be like, I mean, if it involves cake, we don't question it anymore.
That you also know that you have a spacesuit that just comes with the shelter that interns get.
How many? Okay, hold on. How does he have a space suit when he's an 8-legged spider?
Because when they send interns on a mission, they just send them with like the intern pack, and it has a shitty spacesuit, a tent, and
It's
So
some
2
food.
heads went through and the rest just popped out. So it's
It's completely useless to me too. Is the better point that you have to look at? So this is 100% what's like working as an intern in college. Like, straight up.
The
You have to
macaroni
pay
is
for your own
awesome.
travel,
Los
too.
Del's
Yeah.
Rio did something amazing even today. Yeah, so do you want to tell him that information that you have a suit?
Yes. Yes. We will forge this narrative together. And I'll be like, I have a suit, right? Like, what do you need more than it to be a bucket?
So
Question mark?
you see Eva, she's just because of the nature that no bones. Eva is kind of doing this slow motion jog away that would look more at home on like the moon than on a planetary. So you say that, and then all of a sudden she stops, foot planted down, and does this kind of ballerina thing. So one hand out this way, leg out this way, hop, hop, hop on one leg. As she slows down, she goes, "Oh yeah, you have a suit. Well, my friends over in the pond need a suit. If you actually give them a suit, they can actually be like me in a suit, and they can walk around. They can introduce the Stone-Face Man. It looks really exciting. I really want to help them because they really need some help, and I like helping people. Can we please go help them?"
I'd like to, get to the bottom of this, and this doesn't. I mean, it's school property. It's not mine. Who cares? So I'm just gonna throw the suit in the water and be like, all right.
You see the suit get filled up, just as Nye explained how he fills up his suit. During this time, Wolf and Nibblegits roll me a brains of 8. As is,
Of course I explode.
Okay.
One or the other, but not either way.
Mm-hmm.
Wolf, Al, you see a ship coming into the atmosphere, and Nibblegets, you see that is an armed ship.
Where's it come? Is it coming from above or from below?
Yeah, coming from above, like
Okay.
coming from above, and it's flying past you guys. And
So
it's
I'm
coming
gonna
down.
point to Nibbles and be like, so let's ignore the giant robot spider, the floating fish talking, and Ava's slow motion Baywatch walk. There's a ship flying overhead here. This is the first thing we've seen in a while.
A one-earned
and
explosion.
It is armed, and I'll sort of describe to the degree at which they're armed, like it's sort of a war-ish or artillery ship. And I'd
Yeah,
like to
so
go-
you know it as a ship that is armed with 2 blasters on the side, but they also have like little fighters that look like they've been dispatched on the side
Okay,
of it.
yeah. So we may have company sooner than later. And have we gotten your name, Unfettered?
Yeah.
Stepped out for just a second.
Probably not. Probably haven't bothered
Okay,
to tell you.
I'd like
Because,
to
yeah, I
come
mean,
to you and say, Nimblejits, what's your name? We've been talking for a bit. And a lot of things you've been doing here and have.
Well,
We
he
feel
did
very
tell you
close
as
to
an
We
intern.
got covered with gore together, and then you washed me off. I feel very personally close to you right now.
Yeah, I feel like we should know each other's names at this point.
it seems fair. Like, I got Davos, light hands. So
Usually, when you're
Ooh,
covered
like
in body
hands.
fluids, you know,
Yeah.
you know each other's name by now.
I've peed on you. I feel like we should be tight by now.
yeah. I mean, we've done a few things. We've seen some things. And I'm like,
And I'll
Yeah, so
mention-
Davis, light hands.
So this
I'll
fish
mention the ship
thing
that we've
with the
seen.
2 salmons pops up and is walking, and you immediately see some water shooting out of the shoulders. And she kind of like grabs his like things to block up the holes.
That suit doesn't seem very good, and I'm going to spend an adversity.
That's the
token.
intern spacesuit.
I'm gonna spend an adversity token, the exactly one that I have at this time, and out of my utility belt, I'm gonna pull out a sewing kit, and I'm gonna go over and start trying to sew up the suit.
Okay.
Probably like a quick patch kit.
So now you all hear these 2 salmon talk to you and goes, "Thank you for the suits, Spiter. We thought you were a terrible person, but someone who gives out free suits must not be bad."
I clearly very magnanimous.
Anyway, I don't know why the stone-faced man hasn't talked to you yet.
So yeah, about that. Who? Why? Where?
The
Yeah, you guys, this is who you
stone-faced
talked to about the
man.
stone-faced man?
I'm gonna stand there and just listen and observe.
The stone-faced man, he came here when these people were very rude to everyone. And now they're happy. Look at them. And as you're sewing, they're kind of like mimicking the movements that they're doing.
Like they do seem quite jovial right now. Like,
So I'm
I will,
gonna just. Go ahead.
I want to mention that their readings of their emotions are quite different than what we're seeing on their physical outside. And that
It has,
I'm
I
a
think,
little
asking
cautious.
its name, even less than knowing that it's a feeding cannibal smiling dancers with the strange thing crawling from its eye.
oh, so they're internalizing pain. Please, everyone is.
Their bodies are relaxed though as they're doing this.
Are they? I guess I imagine them being like super tense.
Well, their face is like really tense into a smile.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, they have given up all hope probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Other
mention that
other things I
artillery
relate
ship.
to.
So the salmon goes, "Oh well, would you like to meet him? He said he'll bring happiness, and he delivers."
Convenience. That's really what we're after in this day and age.
Yeah, planet to planet, sector to sector. I mean, yeah, that's great.
So how would we meet the stone-faced man?
Well, it looks like that ship's already going to meet him. And you see the ship kind of flying towards the forest and then kind of puts its like landing gears and shoots down.
Now, is that the direction
Seems
of our
we
ship?
have company.
What's up?
Is that in the direction of our ship?
No, it's the opposite direction.
Okay.
Okay, so we see it start to land. I'm gonna grab my gun, load it up, and be like, well, looks like we're going over here now.
I'm gonna turn to the salmon suit-faced creature and ask
What
him
is happening?
if we are in any sort of danger, because that was like a warship. I'm just sort of assessing the threat of the crew.
I mean, you guys came on a ship and you haven't done war. So they shouldn't have done war either.
And
Done
Ada
war.
No. Like, that's
look
solid.
at Al.
Solid logic. It's got a point. We've done no war. There's definitely not been any war crimes here, and no one will say otherwise.
Yeah, Al, how would, like on a scale of like 0 to war, how much war would you say we have brought to this planet? Or just
Apparently
maybe
no
before?
war.
Yeah.
At least one war, because Al.
I mean, to be fair, the Spider-Man has saved the lives of 13 of the people.
It was 14, but you know.
You
someone
bumped
a little
into one,
clumsy.
yeah.
Okay, I am, as Al.
Technically, I'm the hero.
So
Me
as
too.
Al,
We
I'm
ruined
just gonna speak to everyone else and be like, okay, time out. I'm gonna have my gun in my hand as well. While I say this, I'm gonna say, listen, we got a fake doll basically on the ship trying to recover. We have Goo missing. We have Lucifer on us. We can't find Bojangles. There's a spider with 8 arms and a blowtorch and mechanical eye, and we're worried about what these salmon are doing. And now there's a ship flying towards. Who are we killing and when?
I'm gonna ask, like, so, are you gonna take your little gun and attack the warship?
I turn to
I
the
would
spider
advise
and I'm aiming for the spider's hand and I want to shoot at the spider's hand.
Flight
This
versus
has worked out
fight.
so well so far.
I haven't exploded yet, so
It's gotta happen eventually.
That's what
or
he
you roll a
said.
one,
I'm here for one.
and it explodes.
Flight versus fight.
Come on, explosion. Boom.
Well, you did.
What is my...
What are you shooting?
His hand.
His hand, that one Mickey Mouse hand.
He's
One
got 8 Mickey
Mouse
Mouse.
hand?
I feel like
The
it
one
could
with the
be
blood.
amazing to get the crew for the ship with Spider-Man. The dancer still dancing. 4.
So I take aim.
So as you're trying to calm him down and be sarcastic, I'm guessing, what are you saying while he's pointing this gun at your hand?
Like, I mean, I can make another. Don't know what you're doing.
Bam! So he shoots and it like fried, and your hand is like fried and doing this.
Oh no, I only have 7 more of these. Currently.
No, so then Al's gonna look at the spider hand and be like, yes, now I'm going to the ship. Because Al was just proving his point that he could shoot something.
Which ship? Our ship? Their ship?
I mean, you
Yeah,
shot
it's
a
a warship.
Yeah,
you shot
what
a ship
ship?
before.
I just shot your hand as well.
So are y'all going to see the ship?
I think cautiously.
Apparently, that is the direction of the stone-faced man.
We've been told by an individual.
Salmon, you know.
Yeah, and then
Two
Nye
salmon.
relayed that, and then
Are
they
the salmon
know-
one or are they 2? Because technically they're together.
There are 2 salmon that are 1 person.
Well, Nimblejits is more intrigued that they know Davos. That they said something about this spider creature, so he's like, I need to know who knows.
It wasn't a positive thing.
Yeah.
They just said a positive thing. They just said I was very nice. I gave them a free suit.
And now I'm gonna look after he said that and be like, looks like I've gotta hand it to you.
Nibblegate, they turn to you and is like, we only know that he likes to grind things and he curses a lot.
Hand it to you.
I already, yeah. I just sort of shake my head, like, like I understand, and
They really don't.
I just love how we had this music in the background the whole time about
yeah,
grinding
well, it's
people.
How else do you grind humans if it's not to smooth jazz?
I mean, you don't want them to get angry while you do it. It's common sense.
So you guys are walking towards the ship, and as you walk closer and closer, you see in the clearing a warship that had several fighters missing from the sides.
Okay.
Roll me a
So-
brains. Target number 6. Everybody. Oh, let me see if I have an NPC that does something.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Oh my
What?
gosh, you exploded twice and got a
What does that
19?
happen?
Okay, so Nimble takes over the whole entire ship.
Nimble gets just suddenly.
Oh, I know
apparently
this
he
ship.
knows the ship, he knows the back doors, he knows who the commander is, and more importantly, he knows how to keep it.
I can
so-
totally use parts of this ship.
What did you guys roll? That wasn't a 60.
A
Does
3.
it matter at this point?
A 5 with my +2.
All right, so you guys see a ship.
That's a ship.
Seems to be a ship.
Nimble sees that that the missing ports look like the fighters that were chasing after you on the last episode would station there if they were alive. He also notices that there's no one on the ship or around the ship, and that people have moved in the direction that you are facing.
Sounds like a free ship.
There's no one on the ship. That means it's like AI controlled or something else. So like I'm gonna start doing some scans before we approach it and say I'm not picking up any life forms, and then I'll sort of await for further readings.
Your scans, you notice that there are about 6 people ahead of you, and they are bunched together.
On the ship or
No, like
not on the
further
ship?
down. And then now all of a sudden they departed into like a circle. Hey, to Krabs, MTG, thank you so much for the follow. Everyone, cheers. We had a hype train. We got some follows. This is awesome. This is Teens in Space. But yeah, you notice that the circles are that the little live circles are now in a circle.
Are they forming in like a sort of battle? Sort of like we're getting ready to
Nope, like a
Some sort of-
perfect circle. A
You know,
perfect.
like the circles
Like it's purses, but
Like the exploding
that
circle.
we've seen earlier.
Roll brains 6.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Krabs? We're playing Teens in Space. Our people are trying to figure out why why there's dancing people with a mechanical spider with Mickey Mouse hands.
7, Mickey Mouse.
You notice that looks like the same circle that you got readings back at the camp.
Okay.
That it's very similar, but you also notice that you got an 18. You also notice that this is not the circle that you're reading, so you check to see if they were different, and yes, this is the same circle in diameter.
Man, I imagine this session would have gone much differently if literally any of us were not either A, in a suit, or B, a shapeshifter.
Facts.
I was kind of hoping Al would bump into the person, and he did not.
Al's had some issues this episode.
Do you tell that message to the group or no?
Yeah, I'll mention.
We're doing great, Krabs. We're playing role playing every Monday. We play. So you mentioned it to the group.
Yeah, and especially Davos, I'll be like, it seems like there's another of the sort of dance circles forming. Maybe you should get the music prepared, and I'll sort of pull out my little speaker system that can play the same music as we sort of approach. But they didn't come from the ship, right? The ship had landed. I didn't notice any life forms, and then 6 things were ahead of us. And creating this
Yeah,
sort
in
of
a circle. So you kind of assume that they're the people from the ship.
From the ship. Okay. So yeah, everyone
course
prepare
they
your
are.
best dance number, and let's slowly approach.
All right.
So as
Especially
you
you, Spider.
prepare your
Jazz
best
flute
dance
at the
number.
ready.
So
I got
as
the gun ready.
you walk, you see the 3 shrimp people.
What?
You see 6 shrimp people, the ones that have been chasing you, and they are in
I
a
take
circle,
fire.
and they are dancing like
They're not shooting at you. What's your problem?
This.
They're dancing.
They are shrimp people who followed us before.
Yeah, you're not
They
taking
try-
any fire. You're fine.
They tried to kill us.
Yeah, honestly, I think the better dance would be,
the Thriller.
Thriller?
And you also see a nice stone house.
Oh, cool. In the middle or like behind?
Behind them.
Behind them.
And there's like a nice little chimney stack.
What are
Okay,
they dancing to?
The salmon.
They're dancing to
creature still
nothing
exists.
unless y'all start playing your smooth jazz again, which is why I had to turn it on again.
These just shrimp are just dancing for the hell of it.
Yeah, they're...
I mean, you can dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind. 'Cause if your friends don't dance, and your shrimp don't dance, then they're no shrimp of
No
mine.
friend of mine.
Send in the dancing lobsters!
H-A-R-R-I-M-M-P-P.
Look, you're gonna get us copyright struck, alright? You're gonna have to calm it down.
So what do y'all do? Y'all see these shrimp people that have been chasing y'all? And their rifles
Well,
are on
so
the
are
ground.
The salmon creature is still with us in their prepared suit.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
sewed up their suit. Like, we're...
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine.
So
we're
I want to
sort of
look at the
like-
salmon creature and be
having
like,
them lead
what
the
is
way,
this?
They look like they're having a good time, like the other guys. Just
You've never seen
having a
this
great
before?
time.
You've
No,
never
I've
seen
never seen
random
these shrimp.
people.
I've seen shrimp before, but never as people.
They're not very nice. You'd think they would be. I have some shrimp, and a couple of our shrimp just kind of float up and then come back down. But these guys aren't as nice as they are.
Yeah, they seem nice. They're dancing.
There's nothing playing. We
So
still
I'll start
haven't.
playing jazz. I mean, clearly that was a request.
Well, my question is this: so
Little KG.
they're dancing.
Before
So
this night
if
is
they're
over.
dancing to nothing, and then we start playing jazz, does that turn their attention to us?
No, they just kind of slower dance. Like they dance more to the beat than just the beat of their own drum.
Okay.
Okay, so when that starts, then I want to say to Nimble, be like, didn't last time we saw something like this, there was an explosion?
Well, I think we sort of knocked them off their course, so we should certainly be cautious when we approach.
Yeah, none of that. I want to test the hypothesis and throw a rock at them to see if they explode.
Oh dear.
So you
I think
throw
If I see him,
throw me a
I'm gonna hit the
I
deck.
got 7 other hands.
throw me a fight.
Oh,
Fight,
oh yes.
Just throw me a fight of 6, because I mean they are kind of moving.
Let me make sure that this is that.
I'm so confused. I thought you were here to protect them, and you're here to like. Make
Oh,
them-
you explode! Roll it again.
Yep,
Okay.
there it is.
You like baseball pitch, like, and you throw a rock and it hits one of them, and you put it off balance and it starts freaking out and it's like ma 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 ma.
I'll start taking notes. I'll just like start jotting down. It's like, oh yeah.
Can I throw a rock? too?
Exposure. Exposure only in the past 5 minutes.
If you want to throw a rock, fight 6.
Is that normally what happens to you fleshy types when you get hit with a rock?
I would like to run and
I'm
Would
going
you
to
like
test
to
the
use a token?
hypothesis. I'm going to throw the rock, I miss, and I hit the stone house.
Yes, you hit the window, one of the windows in the stone house.
oh man.
And as it smashes, I want to go, okay, that was a test run. I want to throw another rock at them.
At this point, the thing explodes like last time. Roll me a flight, everybody, of 6. Because y'all are kind of far away. I mean, y'all get the distance.
Yeah, I would have started running to hit the deck. I think. Yeah.
Please one.
Close.
Roll me a grit of 8. You do not notice. You're just... Oh, do you want to use tokens?
No. No.
Wait, you have a
I
rock
just heard what I've gotten.
You are taking notes and you do not realize that this one exploded a lot quicker.
So did
If
those
those
guys.
Yep. Oh, gosh. All right,
I
and...
am full science mode. I don't care. I'm like, okay, no, just keep taking the notes. Maybe use a little blood for extra ink so it feels darker.
I mean, these shrimp people are bred for food, so I mean, you're not completely off. So when that happens, your suit is lighting up that it feels like something is trying. Millions of little things are trying to get into your suit, and your suit is like. "Meh, meh, 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 meh." But they haven't gotten in.
I mean, we're not close to water, right?
No.
That was just before. So, I mean, I guess the only thing to do is go with the hosing again.
So you start hosing off, and at this time, something is coming out of the house as you are hosing off. And it actually, it's like as like a silver puddle, and the door opens, and you see a gray-haired man with blue eyes.
And I see him, and I want to yell, "Oh my God, it's Gordon Ramsay!"
Hi, Starter Bartfast. How you doing today?
And he goes, "Well, hello. Who threw a rock at my window?"
Oh, hi! Him!
He'll say, greetings.
Yeah, the
Right.
salmon also point. He did. He thought it'd be cool.
Al just kind of looks around, and is like, "You sons of bitches."
And so the doctor comes over and roll me a brains.
Wait a minute. The doctor,
Well-
he got his doctorate?
Yeah, he got his doctorate. You can see that he has like a doctorate scientist.
he pulls out his diploma with him while he's walking. He's like, I just wanted to.
I just want to
He,
flex.
he just
point
has
that
a
out.
stethoscope.
Pulls out another
brain.
one. He's like, I also got an honorary one.
Walk with the swagger of this
An
man.
owl.
If he swings while walking, okay?
Brains
At
14. Eva, you're excited that a new friend is here and he might have cake. Oh my
Oh,
God,
we're
what
done
is
with shit right
the
now?
rolls?
Ooh, I got a 20. 'cause I
Okay.
get +2.
I guess no one wants to use tokens, huh?
Nope.
Man, I don't even
That's a
know.
lot of tokens.
You guys just see a regular old man. He's walking, gingerly
introduce-
smiling.
I'll introduce myself to my crew, and I'll be like, my name is Nimble Jits, this is my crew, I'll sort of go around.
Matt, hold on, Matt. You notice that the skin of this guy is very stretched out from a normal human.
Does he really like sugar water?
Well, he's really old.
Need sugar and water.
Does anyone have some hard caramel?
So they are like really stretched, like almost look like if you stretch them any further, his skin might start ripping as he walks towards you.
So I'll go ahead and I'll point that out as a contributing member of the narrative, and I'll be like, that is not a human. That.
Yeah, I'll pull out my scanner after I realize something's
And my
going on.
experience with the fleshy types very, very limited. Limited to that, and a few others, including the whole back on our ship. That's not
So-
normal for you guys.
Is there any, can I try to recognize the species in any way, or what would cause
No,
that?
I mean there's nothing in your database that said something that would look like this. The only thing is a Puggeranian that's really bad at transformation is the only thing.
But like that. Like that.
Well, we had the pleasure of speaking with these salmon creatures, and they actually mentioned you by name, and then you suddenly just sort of appeared. So
Oh,
I feel like it's
suddenly.
gotta be, some sort of connection here. So, after the introductions, I'll say, what do you do here? Like, what is your sort of MO?
So he's not bothered by the blood, right?
No, he's just staring at you first like this.
The doctor.
Close to the blood?
Yeah, like he's standing in the blood.
Oh, he's standing in the blood.
I want to connect a few dots here and be like, that blood, when on me, was filled with microbials that were trying to invade me, and it does not seem to bother him, and he seems to be a sack of something. Like, just stretched over.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not a fan.
I want to be in
Just gonna
typical
put it-
Al,
put
typical
it out
Al
there.
fashion. I want to be like, yeah, he's a sack of shit. What's he up to?
He
Like,
goes.
not entirely. Why is this the only thing you don't want to shoot?
He essentially
Good
goes,
question. I put out my gun.
I'm just
Gonna
here
get
to
my
make
R.
people
Kelly on.
happy. Isn't that what every scientist is, to improve the lives of the people around them?
No, absolutely not.
So I'm
No,
gonna do.
we are here for degrees and awards and honorifics. I don't know. Get
I
your
want to do what
altruism
R.
out of
Kelly
here.
did in 2002 from Trapped in the Closet, and I'm gonna pull out my gun and I'm gonna shoot somebody if I don't get some answers in this motherfucker.
Okay, so do you shoot or you just pull your gun out at him?
I am going to pull my gun and be like, okay, cut the shit. What are you really? I'm
And he
gonna
kind
ask
of
him that question.
turns, and since Matt, you passed your check, you kind of see like that the skin as he turns his neck is like weirdly forming right there. You know, like kind of like in Men in Black, the alien cockroach
Yeah.
guy. And he
Just
like
say the
looks
words.
over, and he's like, I'm just here to make people happy. Look at these shrimp people. They're happy.
But the one
Look
you're
at the
standing
salmon.
in
He's
isn't
happy.
very happy. No, the one you're standing in, he doesn't seem happy anymore. He, in fact, I mean, I'm just gonna say things looks like they've gotten a little bit out of hand.
Yeah, this life form has been very, very much terminated just by being, as you say, happy.
I didn't do this to him. Something must have hit him and put him out of trajectory.
I'm taking a shot.
All right. Roll fight. Roll your
Right.
fight. Where do you hit him?
Holy
Right in-
crap!
right-
Actually,
Right in that neck flap where it started to turn and like something came out.
You
wanna
hit it, and the skin shoots and starts ripping as it's been really tight up to his head, and you see nothing but like what looks like a million of tiny little bugs that are like forming together and
gosh.
like are filling into it.
Boogie, Boogie, is it?
Welcome to the sack of spiders. You thought one was bad.
Oh no.
So
what
I,
you forget is this is Gary Oldman apparently reprising a previous role.
so now I see all these bugs. I'm going nimble jits. This looks sciencey. This is I did my part.
Yeah, maybe don't let any of those touch you or get on you or get in you.
Oh, I shot far enough.
I mean, maybe if you
Um,
eat it though, like maybe the stomach acid would
I was
neutralize it. I'm not
thinking
sure.
of
We should
Boogie
probably
Boogie.
test that.
God damn it,
Um,
spider.
I did not appreciate you shooting the skin of my partner.
This motherfucker said partner. Partner! I aim again! I'm shooting the other side of his neck.
So
Alright,
I'm gonna
roll
be
your-
like, I'm gonna go to Nimble's and be like, hypothesis. Hear me out.
Yep.
Spiders are a parasite. That used to be one of the dancers, and he's just consumed all of it. And that's what happens after they dance long enough.
That and Al, I really feel like blasting this thing away.
He starts
You
walking
contain-
towards y'all.
Do you contain these bits that are holding this skin together?
So he's
let's
walking
just
towards
back
us.
away.
Why do you want to stop happiness? Are you villains? Because I heard only bad people stop people from being happy.
Because
So-
there's no I in team, but there is a nimble gits. God damn it, we're using science.
Wait, so, all right.
He's
Can we
walking very
do-
slowly.
Let's do a charm roll on him and see if he is truly altruistic and trying to spread joy. We can demonstrate with the readings that Nimblegit's got that he is absolutely not doing that.
Right.
As
Okay.
a man of science.
Roll a charm. Let's say a 10. He really believes that he is making people happy.
All right.
And can I produce the readings that show? like, the
You can
emotional
help him
state?
roll a d6, and you can add that to his reading, his charm reading.
Okay.
All right. So I have a 10. I get a +1 because the +1 is for my suit. That was charm is one of my things because I'm so creepy. People want to end the conversation, and they just agree with me.
So you walk up to him. Do you walk up to him, or do you show him like from afar?
No, this is this is the digital age, way past that. We can send him the readings.
COVID safe. So you like toss him the chart and he looks at it and
Drop it into him.
he's like, are you saying that they are not happy dancing? But my partner one time told me that people dance when they are happy. I wish my partner was here to read this. Would you like to meet him?
I would not like to meet him.
And you told me not to shoot. Why?
No one said that. You just chose not to. This is
Nick
your fault.
legit said that.
This
He
is
said,
your
don't.
fault. Don't you
Nick
argue with me.
legit said, don't blast.
You shot off my
You've
hand.
been shooting at everything.
Is this in character in front of him?
This is in character, yes.
Absolutely. It's like, no. When have I
Yes.
ever told you not to shoot something?
He told me not to shoot the
I
other
even
side
let
of
you shoot
this.
my hand. I would have never told you not to shoot.
You didn't let me. I
I-
did it by purpose. Damn it. I'll do
Uh,
it again too. I'll
the-
pull out my gun and I aim at the fucking creepy ass spider, stupid skin sack flapping,
The
looking like
two
Kentucky Fried
salmon-
chicken.
While y'all are yelling, is like, I'm gonna go see his partner, and starts like trying to frolic.
Baywatch
to the
running.
thing. Yeah.
Where's he going? Just away from us.
Ethan looks really confused. She's not tracking this conversation. Just
All right, you're gonna shoot. Roll your fight.
I want to shoot.
I mean, he's not
Is he-
like dodging you. He's just.
Is he
walking.
running?
No, he's just
Oh.
walking towards you, asking if you want to see his partner. 5. Okay, so you hit him and you graze his arm, and again it starts to rip as you see more and more of these like little spider-looking insects running up and down, almost like kind of like how ants kind of like run when they're.
So I'm gonna look over to my left and be like, so remember that blowtorch you had?
It's like, I get it, but you know what? I'm short a hand.
No, there's no need for violence. Tell me how I can make them happy. I am here to make people happy. And as he like kind of reaches his hand out a little bit, you see that there's been tears on his hand, and that it's starting that the insects are now crawling up his. All we want to be is happy.
So he's like a Linkin Park song?
Yeah, a little bit more cheerful.
he's like an SCP.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah,
an
that's fair.
SCP with this.
So I'm gonna ask I'm gonna ask with the gun still. Who is we?
It's like,
Me and my
point out
partner.
that the gun really doesn't seem to be helping.
Right.
Because it just...
Says the spider with 7 arms who suddenly can't hold a blowtorch.
I can't. I mean, look, that was my blowtorch in hand. And, you know...
That was my
it was
blowtorch. in
efficient.
hand.
It was
Um,
efficient.
Efficient. That is not efficient. Eva, that's a fish suit.
My
Okay.
partner and I came to this planet to study and how to make people happy. And we've made so many people happy. Come,
Made
meet my
literally
partner.
no one happy.
Do you have records of these happiness?
He said records.
He said he was a scientist. What scientist doesn't get... Are you not keeping up with the conversation? Would you quit playing with your gun?
I can't, damn it. There's a hand reaching towards me. There's bugs
I
flying
mean, if they
everywhere.
think they're making something.
My
happy now,
partner,
they would've had stats before.
has the readings in the lodge. Come with me. And he like turns around and starts walking slowly.
Sure. I will
And I'll
follow
point
the-
out, I'll be like, don't step into the evil spider blood.
Yeah,
As opposed to the good spider blood, which is mine.
And as you walk in,
Clear.
you hear the salmon go, his partner is sleeping.
Oh no, we ain't fucking with that. Nope. Nope.
Poking with a stick.
Nope.
Heck
I
yeah.
turn to the group and I say,
Poke it
listen,
with a
this
stick.
may be the year 3027, but I remember Friday the 13th. I've seen some shit. I know what Jason did with his mother.
That
No.
is
Will
that
point
is
out
very
there
lost.
Shit behind us. But, yeah, I mean, you probably just have to bump a few shrimp people, and I mean, or nobody will claim it, and you could have a free ship. Then you seem to be short of ship.
There, far away. It's fine.
Are you going to the lodge?
You know what? I see nothing wrong could come with this, and because I'm a disposable character.
His partner apparently knows something. We should probably go talk to his partner.
Yeah,
But no,
just-
my fatal
just to
flaw
know.
is actually the incredible desire for knowledge that I could use for any type of thesis to get me out of my perpetual hell. So I don't think I don't think I can refuse.
I
think
really
Alright.
wish-
Partner,
So
you can
you-
resolve all of this. You can probably
I'm-
help make people happy.
I want to shoot off another hand just because at this point.
So when you get close to this cabin, you start seeing that there's some serious instruments in this cabin.
Okay.
That on the outside looks like a log cabin, but there is like some serious stuff. And you look over to your right. Who's in the cabin?
What do you mean by
Okay.
instruments? Do you mean like surgical or musical?
Like big
Yes.
machines and
All of
turbines
them.
and generators, and then there's like
Just
a
all of
surgical
them.
table.
All of it.
It's a flute
Name an
playing
instrument, it's
scalpel.
there.
Who's in the cabin?
I will. I'll go in.
You look to the right of the bed where the salmon person's looking, and he's like, he won't wake up, and you see a skinned human in the bed.
And I'm gonna point out, it's like, you ruined his skin. He's gonna be very cross.
But he's smiling.
I'm also gonna point out that this is probably 8 hands of science required, so I will spend a point to pull a spare hand out of my utility belt and start fixing my
So
gift hand.
as soon as he does that, I want to step in, like enter the cabin with them, and be like, "Oh, now you want to fix your hand?"
Well, yeah, this is 8 hand science.
And he goes up to you, Nibble, like kind of
Yeah.
close. He goes, can you put your data into that computer? And you see like a big screen.
Sure.
I mean,
and
Is
I wanna
that
see if,
you?
That's what I'm.
But I
like,
want to
"Oh."
see if I can get. I want to see if I can extract information out as well.
Oh god.
Yeah. So basically, I want to like plug it and be like, yeah, like I can. So he wants like.
I am absolutely gonna help.
And
Yeah,
Ava's gonna look really confused. Isn't he missing his suit? It looks like he's missing his suit. That's not what you're supposed to look like. It's
Well-
just a very skinned human over here.
While
I'd be
they're
like,
doing
well, I'm
this,
sure I can pull out another suit, just like I did for your friend. It's fine.
while they're doing this, can I go over and examine the skin?
Yeah.
So, I want to go over and
Yeah,
just
they're
kind
there
of look
too.
at it and see what's going on here. So, like,
So you're the only person here who's altruistic and like, I'm going to see if I can help this poor person, and we're all like, nah, at that. I'm just going to get the data and get out.
no, I'm more like, because of my, you know, out of kayfabe here, my shapeshifting abilities, I want to be able to see if I can observe this and look at this and see if I can figure out exactly what happened.
He sees a skinned human. He can use this as a disguise in the future.
You know, have
You
you
never need to
seen
run around as
Silence
a
of the
skin-
Lambs?
So yeah, you see that there's a skinned human, and it's been rotting for several days, and it is
Okay,
very.
that's what I was curious about.
It's got maggots and stuff in it, and it is,
Gross.
and it's like jaws. It's like
in regular
skin.
order,
Its
so,
muscles
yeah.
are trying to be smiling.
Okay, so then I'm gonna turn and
It's a
say
perfect
to
cut.
this Kentucky Fried Chicken skin man. My question is he said he was stripping like Kentucky Fried Chicken skin. That's what I'm picturing, like grease oil burn and shit, like, looking like.
Ooh, can we call them pork cracklings?
Yes,
Sure.
yes, we can.
There it
The
is.
stone faced
Porky-
man is
We made
pork
it, guys.
crackling.
Porky for short.
Um,
So
we're done.
I want
Wrap
to
it.
ask this. I want to ask this guy the question and be like, you said you and your partner have been here for a long time. Why does it only look like he's been here for a couple of days?
well, he was a lot more active until a couple days, and then he was an organ donor, and I needed an organ.
Was that
Okay.
organ skin?
And now we're both happy, and it kind of smiles as parts of its skin on the face hit the ground. But
And
tell
you're still
me,
in-
how can I make these people happy? You said I failed. Your numbers on the screen said I failed. How can I make people happy?
Well, I'll ask if he's tried not
Not-
interfering. Like if he's always had sort of a plan that he, worked on with these sort of humanoids, or if they've ever like been not tested on and like interfered with, to say like, hey, if you don't interfere with them, they may, be happy on their own without your interference.
They were
Can I just-
angry, and they were fighting, and then I made them dance, and now they're not fighting. Success.
Fighting how?
Have you tried giving them Prozac?
I guess I'm a Prozac. So yes. So they were
No,
fighting
Cloud,
each other and
he's
yelling
playing you,
and
Cloud. You're
screaming
welcome.
and cursing, and now they're not, and they're dancing, and they even got music. They're evolving.
But not of their own free will.
So
Correct?
I'm gonna point out that if we actually give them their will back, these people are gonna have some serious mental trauma.
So they'll dance forever.
They'll dance for a limited amount. How many of them have died since they've started dancing?
He starts
5, 6,
counting,
7.
and he starts like grabbing the board and like pulling down, and you just see like 72 people have
Oh
died.
man. So
Like, how
you don't
happy
seem-
are they?
Yeah, and you don't seem to have made any. progress. Maybe this is
Catholicism
something
says
you should
that
step
you
back
will
from.
end into the best place on earth when you die. So we should speed up the process of death. That's the key to happiness.
As he says that, Al's ears perk up. He hears speeding up the process of death. He pulls out his gun.
Roll
He
me
says,
some.
"Run, I'ma shoot somebody too."
Does anybody want to convince him not to speed up the process of death?
While
what would
he's
that
being
be?
shot at?
Like a brawn or something?
Oh,
I got
Al is
stuck.
definitely taking a shot
I
here.
am so confused. Yeah, like just.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hack this computer. I think.
Roll a computer's check of 12, a brains check of 12.
How does the advantage work for technical? Like, I don't know how that works.
What does it say?
Are you lucky too?
No.
Yeah.
No, but our race gets a bonus.
Oh, okay,
On
then make it a
technology.
10.
Oh, it's like you. I think you succeed if it's under a 9 difficulty for technology. type
Oh, okay.
things.
Yeah, but we'll make it a 10 because you know this is a doctor's computer. You've seen them.
There you go.
I get a 12.
Nice.
Okay, so you hack into the computer and then you see a video of a log, and it is his part. It is the same blue, the blue-eyed, blonde-haired light guy, and it's like a message, and it's just like, Peter, you must stop this. You cannot let these people suffer. Peter, you're killing them, Peter. Please stop, Peter. No.
And Ava's just kind of. Ava's just kind of looking over at the fellow Mendoza, just kind of tapping, goes, he's supposed to be in a suit, right? Like, he's just so
Yeah.
lost on this subject.
I'm gonna put off. Like, yeah, he was, but the other guy stole his suit. Like, he took it from him. How would you feel if I stole your suit?
He's an organ
Exactly.
donor. He donated organs.
No, you took it. That wasn't willing.
Have pulled out
Yeah.
the gun.
Al, I think it's been a while. We've kind of done our studies. We've gotten to research this species. I think it may be about time for you to do us a favor
Yeah.
with
Al,
that
it's been a while
laser.
since you last shot someone. Hold on.
Al,
Al's trigger finger is itchy. He aims for the head and he's pulling the trigger.
I just want to know how to make people happy. How do I
alright.
make people happy?
Okay, before
How
I say
do I
anything else,
make
I'm about to roll
people
my fight.
happy?
You said you're gonna roll your fight. I'm gonna roll mine, and if I win, I'm saying the line. Okay, that's what's gonna happen.
Who, me?
Well, I'm about to shoot this alien sentient being.
can I? No, you're not. Can I help? Can I distract him
I mean, he's
and,
pretty
like, act
distracted.
Like I'm going to tell him how to make people happy.
Yeah, I mean, he's throwing a tantrum and he's like screaming louder and louder and louder. How am I gonna make people happy?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for the same thing to happen, so I'm sort of like getting ready for the explosion while they're like fussing with it. And I'll sort of look over at Eva and be like, "You should, brace yourself. Maybe flow away a little bit or something if you can."
What are you gonna say to him, Matt?
So I'm going to be like, look, you want to make people happy, right?
Yes.
That's what all scientists do, right?
Yes.
Right? You make people happy. I know I may have said other things before, but that's not entirely. I was just frustrated, and you were just frustrated. So we all understand.
So I should
right?
make you happy, and then you see like it kind of like the spiders coming out of his hand.
It's like, no, not me. You're supposed to shoot him while I'm doing this. You goddamn idiot.
So can I shoot? Can I shoot again?
Yeah, shoot it.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the sound. Pew! Oh no!
So you fire, and it hits the skin, and he is just growing bigger and bigger, and he's like, "You guys will be happy, damn it!" And like now the skin is just ripped to shreds, and you are seeing this massive bug-like creature, and it's got a flat face, and the
As
salmon
soon as
goes,
I see that-
"The stone face man."
As soon as I see the bug, I want to use my charm. I want to say, "Hey, what's that over there?" and point to something to distract him.
I mean, you're gonna need a really high. He is flipping out and
Doesn't matter.
screaming.
That's my overconfidence. Remember that.
14.
Come on, Al.
Please let that explode like twice.
I have 9, and I have 6 adversity tokens. Therefore, I will use 5 tokens, bring that to a 14. He looks over there. He says, "What's that shiny thing?" Al takes out his gun again.
Why do you keep putting it away?
That's what you do. You shoot and then you put it away.
Yes.
It's like a
You-
samurai show.
You
pull
hit
it
him,
and
and
slide.
like the bugs immediately go where that spot is, and he is just. And now the cabin is starting to shake as he's starting to grow bigger and bigger.
Is
The
he
cabin's
making any
all
noise?
stone, right?
I would
Yeah.
like to try something if the laser pistols haven't done anything.
I mean, it hasn't done anything this entire time besides just show more spiders.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pull out the
The
speaker
best place on
again,
earth may not
Al's
be ours.
overconfident.
blasting the jazz music, and sort of look over to Davis. and-
Power of smooth yaz.
And I'm gonna start playing this music and backing away slowly.
It's the music of the smooth jacks guy.
He's kind of like moving, but his fingers are now. The bugs are starting to form fingers as he kind of
He's
crowds
He's slowing down.
a little bit.
Okay,
He's
I'm gonna
calmer.
we gotta play it in unison.
Now, is it because it's his birthday by chance? Because that's what this jazz is.
Today is apparently the day he has emerged from a body. So yes, apparently.
Okay, so what do I need to roll to be able to kill this man?
I will tell you that shooting him
Like
is
it's
not
funny.
working.
So
That wasn't the question, Gnomes. The question
I mean,
was-
like, he's not dodging you.
He's a
100.
bunch of bugs, so even if you like
Okay.
blast like 10
So-
bugs,
That single
So
roll.
as we all start to back out to the cabin, Al, being the beautiful, brilliant bastard he is with a gun, sees a can of gasoline in the corner. Because all scientists we know have reactable elements that can
Yeah,
explode.
for some reason, okay.
Okay, you're gonna
So
start
we-
shooting at the machines in here and see
I
if they explode.
I need to look at Nimble and Mr. Spider-Man and say which one of these will blow up the fastest.
Brains 6, I guess.
I am, let's see, instead going to try to
Well,
talk you down.
While they're doing that, just Ava's like, I don't think he's really all that nice talking to the other
So-
But he is nice. He makes everybody dance. I love you, stone face man. Okay, so you did
That's so
charm.
creepy. So I tried to charm
so that we don't keep shooting laser pistols and explode all this equipment. Like, I think if we can sort of get this creature under, if we can get it to slow down or disperse it somehow,
All right.
we may be able to better defeat it. Because laser pistols aren't working.
So it is slowing down, and you hear from the fish when he says, "I love you, Mr. Stoneface Man." He starts to kind of shrink down as the
So you
jazz.
gotta be nice to it. You gotta be nice to this thing, and I'll sort of pull up like this little pad of like basically like the Hallmark wish you the best cards, and I'll start sort of like reading off like all of the we wish you the warmest wishes and happiest of birthdays, and then I'll flip it over on the back and be like sweet kisses. And
Do you tell this to everybody, or are you just throwing cards at him?
no, I'm pulling like a database of like, you know, happy haikus, and I'm just like reading them off. Like, it's probably really creepy.
so wait,
like, I'm
we
just like
did-
reading off these really creepy.
We went from Junji Ito to SCPs, and now you have pulled a Ghostbusters 2,
Yeah.
and
But-
you are trying to give good vibes to the goo.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to see how it reacts.
Let's just throw something else in there. While all this is happening, I grab the Death Note. I write his name in the Death Note.
So while he's doing that, can I attempt to hack the computer to have his friend's face in there, just on loop, tell him I love you?
Yeah, since you're already at the computer, you start doing that as the broken screen is coming together, and it's like chipped, and he's like, "I love you, Patrick. No, Peter. I love you, Peter. I love you, Peter. I love you, Peter." And he's like, "My partner, my partner, my partner." And he starts going down to like a normal human state. And he turns to all of you and he just goes, "I just want people to be happy. How can I make these people happy?"
So I'm
How
gonna
can we
leave
kill it with fire?
I told you! If there's stuff in the science room that has explosions, I ask you how to blow things up, and then just says, "No, we need
Well,
to salvage science here." Is that
Part one
blowing this-
is to distract him. Now maybe we make the reactor and all the scientific equipment melt down and burn him to death while it does so.
So I agree with this idea. So I slowly step out of the cabin and grab two of those rifles, one in each hand. I put on the Rambo bandana.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I'll point out that this is still a stone house, so
We are-
this isn't going to catch on fire.
This is not how I thought this whole mission would go.
We have passed authentic Bulgarian Miak, and we're working our way to love. Yes.
Alright, so you have two of the shrimp people's rifles. They're still dancing. You do notice they have a little bit more control as you grab their rifle than they normally did, as he's watching the screen of the
should
doctor
kill
telling
them.
him that Patrick, he loves
So
them.
at this point, while Al's outside grabbing rifles,
Yes, after losing
Ava,
the
who's
nose.
been like processing all of this and is trying to fit this weirdness into her worldview.
It's full jazz.
it kind of just right, yeah.
the book's called
It
Ernest.
just kind of like turns and goes, "I think you're trying your best, I really do, but I think in order to make these people happy, you just have to leave them alone, let them find their own happiness. That's what really makes us happy, getting there ourselves. And cake."
Roll a charisma check. 6.
Yeah, the freedom to explore and cake.
I have a token, we're bumping that up.
He looks you in the face and he goes, "Freedom is happiness? And cake?"
Especially.
That's right.
There's going to be a spider-filled bakery somewhere, and this is your fault. You're going to finally find some cake on this adventure like 6 episodes later, and it's going to be him running it, and you're going to know you can't eat it.
Until Al kicks the door through.
Alright, so you're grabbing the rifles and he goes, "Cake. And freedom. Cake. And freedom." Dancing. And then he mirrors the voice where it's like, Patrick, I love you. Cake, freedom. Cake, dancing. Patrick, I love you. Cake, freedom. Patrick, I love you. Cake, I love you. Freedom, dance. Patrick, I love you. Make people happy. Patrick, I love you. Cake, dance. And he starts, the bugs start dissolving as he starts dissolving, and you see the shrimp people, slowly, stopping themselves from dancing. And this person dissolves until you see this blank face, and it all just goes away, and there's just a pile of, dead animatronics.
So as this happens,
Carcasses. Oh, crazy.
so as this happens, I'm getting the rifles outside.
Saved the day again. The
So-
most powerful MacGuffin in the universe, apparently.
So I see this as I'm grabbing the rifles outside, and I'm gonna go ahead and be like, because I'm face to face with these shrimp. So I'm like,
I'm rolling their grit right now because they stopped dancing and see a giant spider. Most of them are freaking out because they've been dancing, and they are
Not my
panicking
fault.
on the floor, oh my god! Now one of them is trying to grab for his rifle. Is that the one you want to
my
shoot
roll will speak for itself. What my action is.
at? You shoot him, and you hit him, the one trying to grab for his rifle, and he's like, pow, 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 pow.
Beautiful.
Are y'all still playing jazz this whole time?
Jazz is still being
I've
played.
had it going on the speaker just to keep the old
I
man.
will never not be playing jazz.
Yeah, after this session, just jazz. on the speaker.
The other guys are on the floor, essentially as crying, and they're like, my god, we need to get out of here. We need to get out of here, and start running towards their ship.
I will take I will take the shot at the two shrimp people to try and stop them from getting to their ship, so then we can potentially steal it. Because I'm the only one outside right now, right?
I mean, y'all are, yeah, I mean, there's some people. I mean,
Well,
you
who-
see the
You're
salmon
already inside,
person. So you're shooting at them while they're running?
Yes.
Roll a fight.
That's pretty much the amount.
It's
like they're-
Al and
You miss,
Walter
and
Al
they
in a nutshell.
clear the line. So you have to go chase them as you have two rifles going. Bow, 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 bow.
I will happily take chase as Al would so to kill these two shrimp people in order to try and salvage a ship.
You guys inside, you see the salmon person is like, the stone-faced man is gone, but he made me so happy. And kind of try to pick up the spider things as they all fall around him. And you still have Patrick, I love you. Patrick, I love you. Patrick,
Not
I
turning
love
that
you.
off.
Yeah, so creepy.
It doesn't even bother me. No, that's fine.
Ava's just gonna turn to Sam and say, "Don't worry, just find some cake on this planet, and all will be well. Cake solves everything."
Apparently it does.
And
Look at
he goes to
point out, you
hug
could
you.
Bake your own cake.
And as you're going, the two shrimp guys jump into their ship, and they start trying to take off as you're trying to run with two rifles, going like, pew, 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 pew.
I will throw one rifle to the ground
Okay.
and use
So you're
and just
lighter?
yeah, so then I have a better aim with my one singular rifle.
Roll a fight.
One single rifle against the warship.
Now,
I'm
you
trying
did
to-
pass up two shrimp guys on the ground still huddling and crying.
I did?
Yeah.
Well, hold the phone.
So are you just?
Murdering?
Well, I was gonna say, are you Bard the Bowman? This is your smog. Like, what are you doing against the warship with your rifle?
Well, are they in the warship at this point? Or
Yeah,
am I
they
trying
ran to
stop
the
them?
warship as you chased them. And
Has
they've
it
taken
closed?
off. Yeah.
Oh, it's taken off.
Yeah.
So they've left two people behind.
Yeah, they were forced to dance. They watched a friend blow up because somebody threw a rock. Then they came to and saw a giant spider
My
thing,
bad.
and you started blasting
Research
them.
purposes.
This has been a rough day for
I
the
got my
shrimp
notes.
people.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn around since the warship's already. I thought I didn't think it had taken off yet. I thought I still had a
Well, they
shot.
got in and they booted it up, and they're like, They haven't like shot up, but they're like.
You're not looking for an exhaust port to shoot your photon torpedoes into. I mean,
He's just got a rifle.
with
it's
Al.
my trusty laser blast. It never misses. Hold on.
I mean, I would
Actually, I think if I go through the chat log and we look at some fight shots, might have missed once or twice.
He missed you all the time, except for your hand. So,
My one hand.
No,
so,
because then if I shoot the ship down, yeah.
I begin to pity the shrimp. Yes, you definitely should pity the shrimp. So
Who said-
essentially,
well, in that case, you know what? Since we said that, the ship's already starting. I'm turning around. I'm going to those two shrimp that are crying, holding each other on the floor with tears in their shrimp eyes, and I'm gonna point the rifle right at their heads and go, "Not today." And fire the rifle right at these shrimp.
all right. So while everyone is in the house, Al is executing style some shrimp people, and you hear as he executes
fine.
them.
I'm gonna go get some samples of the spider thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
This is
I'm
super
gonna bring that back, and
Yeah, like check this out.
maybe I'll make some more.
Al's thought process is if he kills the shrimp enough, that maybe the other ship will come back. He's confident in his ability of murdering, that he'll be able to get that ship back.
So Nibble gets you kind of realize that you can repair your ship with the stuff here, just because we went way over time. So fast
No, I mean,
forward.
I feel like, it's like we've done this before, and now there's another Lorcatorian here. Like, we should be able to get this ship back in working order. I feel pretty confident in that, but I am interested in, like, sort of all this, like, leftover research that Deimos has, like, left here, and, like, what the hell happened here. So, yeah, he's probably wanting to do some, like, information exchange, like a data dump, and then we'll sort of compare notes on ships and, his research and maybe some species that we could connect about.
Okay,
so super
and
interested in that.
Matt, you stole some things while the party wasn't looking.
I mean, I did not.
Oh, did you?
You scooped some stuff into a vial. You scooped the
Yeah, I got
Patrick.
some spiders. Some samples of the skin.
So
Um,
can Al just be sitting outside, like, eating these shrimp at this point because he got hungry after killing them?
I mean,
So he's just, like, sitting there with his gun up. He's...
out cocktail sauce.
Impregnated with spiders.
Al, roll me a
Good
grits
morning,
check.
cocktail
6.
Please fail. Please fail. So you can.
Al, would you like to use some tokens?
I only have 2.
Uh,
Actually,
you
no,
s-
wait, no, I don't, because I missed my fight, so I have 3.
Would you like to use those tokens?
Yeah, fuck.
Do it.
You were suddenly going to have an urge to dance, but that urge went away.
Wow.
Can I still dance anyway?
So
I mean, you
you're
can.
basically just infecting yourself with whatever they had in them. Okay.
Also, this means those 2 that ran away are still infected, and so are all the people there.
So yeah, so when you go back to the people are on the ground crying, and they are like, what happened?
I don't care. I got all the notes I need for my research. Whatever.
Al Cox
Complain
is
about it to
gone.
somebody else.
What?
Yeah, do they
Why
have
were we
that?
dancing for so long? What is going on?
Why did we eat Timothy?
Yeah, what
Scandal.
were we eating?
Where's Barbara? Barbara!
You see my wife.
Roll a charisma check if you do not want to tell them that that you've been feeding them. We're gonna do a 6. Oh, you got it. Okay. So yeah. So you tell them that I guess that you've been feeding them with rations that you had.
Yeah, space-based. From Space University. You know
I mean,
that.
that's not completely false. You had those rations.
Right?
Pork flavor.
We'll mix it.
Um, so
Long pig.
as you repair the ship, traumatized by the horrors that you've seen today,
Yeah,
you
thanks,
get
Deimos.
Matt, you realized that a part was missing from the comms, which a part you have.
Ooh. I think I've already shown that I'm magnanimous by giving a suit, so I can clearly help them out here.
And at this point too, the salmons go. So if you're an intern, do you need an intern?
Absolutely, we do.
Can I be that intern?
Yes, you can.
And then when he puts that piece in, you all of a sudden see that there is a thing pops up on it, and it goes, "You have 87 messages from Mars."
Shit. Lucifer. Wait, we have messages?
Yeah, who's that?
No, that's not no, that's not how that works. No.
Who's
That's
that?
Lucifer.
No. That would be like you sending me an email in my email box going, "You have 80 messages from Singapore."
I don't code the internet here.
What? Why would Lucifer, who is on Pepsi station, be sending us emails via Mars?
You got two super high-tech guys over here, and we didn't complain. So maybe you shouldn't either.
Here is my rebuttal. Out of this whole entire day, you're gonna question Lucifer from Pepsi sending an email from Mars, not the spider with 8 hands and a blowtorch, a microscopic camera, me killing 17 shrimp and dancing. Talking
And eating them.
So
Eating them, yeah,
it's only just because apparently Ava, who is an idiot savant, evidently, she's got very specific things she's good at. One of the things she's good at is
Emails.
remembering the plot. Apparently.
No, it's
Well, we were
email.
supposed to be chasing jingles at one point. Now we're fucking in the middle of the Stone Age.
No, she remembers the plot, and one of the things that she remembers is that this ship was registered out of Mars, and it's been missing for a while. But somehow, you think it's coming from Lucifer.
Well, Al's a shapeshifter, so he has to blame everyone else.
Alice had a stressful day, to be
Yeah,
fair.
Al may have also totally thought that Lucifer was from Mars and completely forgot that point.
Al failed every grits check he had except the last one, so he is having a very rough day.
That is a four.
So you have 87 messages from Mars.
And that's from the ship? So tell me where that's from again.
So he put an extra part in the comms, and it allowed it to collect messages from farther than before. And there's been 87 messages from Mars to your ship.
And
Hey,
86 of them say, "We have been calling to talk to you about the position warranty."
Yeah.
Hey Alexa, play.
And then it's one like I've been
Missing
trying to
message.
get through.
So,
But how many Nigerian princes?
are you gonna play a message?
Well, 87 minus 86.
Yeah, let's
So 3.
yeah, let's
Right,
play,
exactly.
So you
latest
hear
message first.
a very grovelly person that screams at you, "You guys are on my ship! You better come back to Mars and bring it back!"
What date is this message from?
The oldest message?
No, that one you said bring it.
Did you hit the newest one or the oldest one?
I was saying play the newest one.
That was happened earlier this day while y'all were walking about.
Okay, and he said
Having a lovely
today,
tea
he
party.
said, return it by when?
He said, "Return it. Just come back to Mars with my ship."
Tomorrow. Oh, to Mars. Got it. Okay. And then yeah, I'll listen to the oldest message, 87 messages ago.
What happened to y'all ship? Guys, you better not be running around doing your own damn thing. Y'all better make that delivery
Space
by
hooking.
Jupiter, and y'all better get back here to Mars.
Anybody else have a message they would like to play? Because I like this.
Yeah, I'll go with 17 because I'm clearly invested in what's happening to your ship. Because I'm really excited somebody else is getting yelled at instead of me, the intern.
I got a message from the frickin' Bezos Empire. Are you idiots? You went to Uranus? The plates are coming back. You better fly this motherfucking ship. Boop.
I would like to play message 69.
Of course.
It's an Anderson.
I don't
All
know.
natural male enhancement today.
I don't know who is escape podding, that ship better be intact. Or
And as
I guess
Ava looks over, he sounds nice.
Yeah, as this is going through, I mean, I guess I would. I think we looked up the name. What'd y'all say it was? Of the owner of the ship? What'd y'all say it was?
Oh, that I don't remember.
y'all never
I'll
tried to
look at the
look
ship
for the
records.
owner of the ship. Y'all just said this was
I'm gonna
my
start
ship.
looking through the records.
We just said it came from Mars, right?
Yeah.
Originally, and we only know that because the people on Uranus told us that.
Well, there was something on the front of the ship, but we couldn't
Uh,
read it. It was,
Matt, you know that Mars is controlled by the planet, the United Planet Sanctuary. If you
not
want to
gonna
tell them
share
that
that.
information.
No. Yeah, I'll tell them. Now is the time that I'm going to be like, nah, they can figure it out.
And y'all get another message.
Just write that.
88.
Okay, yeah, I'll have it. I'll go ahead.
I mean,
and-
keep in mind, if he sent number 17 when we were at Uranus, he has sent all 76 messages in about the past 48 hours.
Right, yeah.
He really wants his ship back.
I can't imagine.
Play
And
message.
Yeah,
And the message says, I have your plates. I will put them into both empires. Come to Mars now.
Well, boys.
So since Ava was educated on the computer and the science lab, I'm kind of curious where the idiot savant goes on this. How much of that would be things like space salvage rights?
like a finders keepers law.
Well, so that's the thing. On Earth, there are salvage rights. Like, if you actually are out in the middle of the ocean and you find something in the bottom of the ocean, there are actually laws that decide what you can do with it.
Oh yeah.
And in certain waters, it decides what you can do. If it's I forget, there was a ship found, I think it was off the coast of either Argentina, Brazil, somewhere along that coast, that was found. It's this incredible historical discovery. But there's this big to-do because it's within X miles of the coast, so it's not international waters. It's their waters. So there is actually like nautical salvage rights. So I imagine space has to do the same thing. So the thing is, we found this on a uninhabited kind of moon. It is salvage. It was damaged. Presumably the black box says so.
But Earth isn't run by a dystopian government that's been
So-
fractured because, Amazon took over
Are you
everything.
Based on
are
all.
you sure on that? You really wanna? Do you really wanna make this argument?
That is something for the GM
Based
to
on this
sleep on.
information and by the obvious plot that Gnomes really wants us to go to Mars, I believe we should go to Earth. That is our next step to figure out if we own this ship or not.
I want to call the guy back.
You want to call him back?
I still want to say, do I know anything about salvage rights? Can I roll on that?
Yeah, maybe not.
You know a little. You know that when he's saying that he will bring it to authorities, you're very confused because you know that this ship was salvaged by the previous owner.
Oh, okay.
And given that this ship is very much Ava's, she found it, and now I have confirmation that this one's mine. No, I like this one. I've got my bathtub in it. I've got my aquarium in it. I've got a regeneration bed in it. Oh, whoa, wait, she's in the regeneration, and she's gonna run off the regeneration.
Rose is still knocked out, and you get, and that's where we'll end the session with a predominant message. This one lasts a little bit longer than I thought. Well, that's because there was a lot of fighting against the guest.
Look, it's not my fault.
No, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of fun. So I told you this mission was going to be very weird, and I wrote this mission before I knew that he was going to be a giant spider person.
That's perfect.
It turned out well.
That was a really fun character, and I like that you were like there for your thesis, and you were just like studying this like weird habit that you stumbled upon, and you like fed this gross cycle, and you were just like studying. You're like, yeah, they explode. This happens all the time. And we're like,
Look, I wanted to come in here and exasperate whatever the problem was. Just exasperate it as much as I could.
Yeah, success.
You know,
This is how science is done.
it was gonna
So-
be a 7, but you know, turn that up to an 11, and if my character dies because of it, it's well worth it.
So all I told Matt was that he was on a planet researching people dancing, and they feed twice a day.
Interesting. It's so creepy, and like the jazz music made it even worse. And then like in the background, the little "I Love Patrick" thing to sort of.
Oh god,
keep
man,
it
yeah.
in check. I was like, oh, that's so gross.
Called it so hard at the outset.
What?
I
So do
called the Junji Ito bullshit at the outset as soon as I saw the spider, and it just kept rolling down that track.
I
But
don't think
know what
I've
we
never
know about
seen
it
that
still.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned disease and like pathogen, and there's like some sort of spider hive mind. Like I still don't know like what the hell it was.
And I was kind of like trying to hint that like shooting it was doing nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
it
doesn't
was-
matter.
it was making it
There
worse.
was no
It just made
hinting.
it-
You were outright saying this.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
doesn't matter.
But exasperating the situation only was more fun for me. I mean, it helped the plot and the narrative.
And I can't
Yeah, it was a lot of
believe
fun.
fucking the fish talking about cake.
That, I think
I mean,
that's, yeah,
this is what you got to remember. Even if you say the shooting isn't helping or whatever Al isn't helping, his flaw is he's overconfident. So he will still believe, regardless, that what he is doing is helping somehow.
Well, I mean that also makes sense because you did fail. You failed every grit roll
Oh my
for.
God. You
for
are a
bravery.
champion among champions. It was beautiful.
Fatal flaw, overconfidence, even failing. He's like, no, that was a practice shot. We can do it again.
Like you failed. You
was a
failed
win.
your bravery when you
My
saw
legs
the
were away.
spider. You failed your bravery when it started torching. You failed your bravery when you saw that people when you heard that people were being grinded for food. Which, by the way,
Took it from
Matt
that
came up with that, and I just rolled with it. And then you failed your bravery when the dude was freaking out, and then you failed again when he exploded.
So I bet we have, and then hanging in the ship, a little sort of plaque that has, you know, it's been 4 hours since the last laser blaster incident. And so we have to go and recheck it, and we crank it down to 2.
Yeah, I was wondering until you realize that your pistol will not get through it.
Like, so to leave my imprint on your game, I would love to leave my broken, mangled hand that you shot to hang from your cockpit like lucky dice.
I would love to take
Yes.
that, and I will use that as like a souvenir. It'll be like
The one and only shot that Al made this entire session that had any impact on the story whatsoever.
Was that shit?
Well, he did shoot a bunch of shrimp people. So now there's only
No
2 shrimp
impact
people.
on the story whatsoever.
Oh my god.
To be fair, though, he is overconfident.
That's great. We'll take that with great pride and honor, especially Nimblejits. He's like, there's this sort of artifact from another Lorcatorian that we met along the way.
Oh my god.
With this,
Yeah, you
like,
met
really
too.
advanced telescoping technology, and yeah, we'll do like a data exchange, and then we'll sort of.
I think
go about
like
our way.
I built my character out, and I then watched your guys' character building episode, and I was like, oh my god, we are like the exact same, like stat wise and like perk choice wise. Like you both had utility belt and cyberware hacker. I'm like, oh man, I hope I'm just not like gonna be redundant and vestigial and not help them out in their game, or you know, not create some type of interest, but.
I think the
it
creepy
turned out
spider
okay.
I
body
think I
really
can
helped.
safely say I'm making a
Hey,
prediction.
Sir Doof, this is the show that one day you'll be a guest on. We just finished up. You gotta watch it. What were you about to say about this episode?
I'm making a prediction. I predicted Junji Ito, so I am now making further predictions. I'm making a prediction. A, we will never have a guest in the further the storyline. And B, we will never have a guest who actually helps us.
Oh,
So far,
absolutely not. I know Richie's friends.
Yeah.
No one will help him.
No one will help us. The story will be furthered, but we will be hindered.
And Al will still shoot nothing.
Well, Dr. Doof, if you go on the YouTube, they all will be on the YouTube page, so that way you can check it out. This one is really dark, I will say. I thought it was cheerful.
Creepy,
People were
gross.
dancing, and there was smooth jazz
Yeah.
the whole time.
Yeah, it was really good. Like, this will be the episode with the best soundtrack. That's all I
It did remind me of I Am Legend when Will Smith sort of comes in on the it's like pitch black, and then he sees the zombies. He flashes the light, and they're all sort of like
Yeah.
dancing, like real huddled up, and it's super creepy. And it's like, oh, I don't want to see that ever again. And it sort of gives you that like
Yeah.
pit in the stomach feeling where you're like, ah, this is so gross. I don't want to be around it. So
Yeah,
it definitely gives me those vibes. So thank you for that note.
I just hope you all sleep very well tonight.
I also
absolutely.
do.
Not gonna lie, I did do this to some of my players once upon a time.
That's so gross.
It was not this. I did throw a horror theme at them one day, and they were riding on a riverboat, which at least one person here knows can be a problem. They were riding on a riverboat, going long distance. It was foggy, and one of the sailors they were looking at the side of the river because they were passing through basically a forested area. And they were originally told to watch out of the rivers because there's bandits that are here, and we have to worry that they will try to board the ship. And then in rolls fog, and one of the sailors tells them, "Oh, you don't want to be watching the river anymore. Why not? Well, there's fae in the forest, and if they catch you looking, things happen." And originally, it was supposed to be just a joke. I was actually just running it to have a sailor screwing with them, and my players started running with this, and I went, "Okay." So all of a sudden, one of the
Absolutely.
players notices a fey light out there that they start looking at,
Oh,
and all of a sudden the
no.
shadows start to move, and they're getting creepy. At no point this session lasted for 3 hours, starting at this point. At no point did I ever describe anything that was that they actually saw. But it was shadows starting to move. You haven't seen any of the actual sailors in a while. One of my players wakes up in the hold, and they can see all the sailors are around, but they're all sleeping, but they're not breathing. And they start freaking out and creeping towards,
Oh, no.
freaking out what's going on. And I just keep on describing noises they hear, and they eventually rush towards the captain's cabin. It's the only place they can go. Lock the door behind them, pounding on the door, rapping on the window. And I did not plan any of this, but my players are actually freaking out. I'm actually hearing them going, no, not like this, not like. And so I know where to go. So I'm like, you reach into the chest, lock picking. There's a diary there, and I just start making up bullshit. Basically, Lord of the Rings, Mines of Moria. They're coming. Door opens, blackness rush in, everybody passes out, they wake up, sun is shining, they pass on the deck, and the book just so happens to be in their bag. That sort of thing is so much fun.
I
Yeah,
know.
those
So much
tense
fun.
sessions. Yeah, it's like at the end, it's like you just have like a sigh of relief. You're like, oh, we're done.
Except for, it's like a dream, but the book with everything I read in it is now in my bag.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much
Good
for
stuff.
playing. I want to thank Matt for being such a great player. Hey, he got an intern, so
That's
and
right.
he got his
Sam an
thesis,
intern.
so that's really good. We'll have to see if he gets his doctorate. We're gonna have him back on
My
probably.
space doctorate.
Space
Yeah.
We have a
doctorate.
connection now, so we may have to
Um,
get back on and we'll link up.
Don't forget that this stream is brought to you by. I don't know if they'll sponsor us after watching this episode, but
Maxwell, I'll get on.
this stream is brought to you by Go4 Games. Check out Go4 Games, go4gamesnola.com. You can get all the stuff that you need to play, even a copy of Teens in Space to follow along and do your own spaceship gatherings. If you thought this one was scary, let's see if our cadets go to Mars.
If this was scary, I'm sure they have Arkham Horror in stock, and
They
I'm just saying, Al was on that ship when it first crashed, and it comes from Mars, so Al isn't exactly confident going to Mars.
Yep, you
Yeah,
actually
there's
will
many
probably
more. It's
know our
ageless.
next guest. Our next guest is a longtime subscriber. His name is Avery, and he will be on the show next week. And then the week
Oh,
after
shit.
that, we have Astral Flames, the streamer. And then the week after that, we have Mac, the owner of Go For Games, will be on there.
Oh, we're gonna make it as bad as possible.
Cool.
Oh, he's gonna
We're
laugh.
gonna make him question why he bothered sponsoring them.
Our cadets walk into a game shop and they blow it up.
Oh,
Yes,
and then the
okay.
week after is, I forget his numbers, but Wizard. He's another streamer.
1, 2, 3.
I think actually that's not far off.
No, it's like Wizard 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 8 or something.
Yeah, it's like something like that. Yeah, he's going to be on there. And then I will be out of town on the 15th. So we will talk if we want to do 2 shows the week before. And then I could just
Wow.
play as. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Another round of applause for our guest. He helped make this one a lot
See you, man.
spookier than I thought it was going to be. Giant spiders with
fun.
hands. And don't...
Giant
Oh!
spiders with Mickey Mouse hands and telescoping heads.
We also
Yeah,
too
yeah.
want to give a
Fine.
huge shout out also too for the awesome raid that we had. Thank y'all so
We're
much
glad.
for the raid. Nah, are you about to stream after this?
Not tonight. I'm probably gonna be asleep after this.
Oh, okay, cool. Then I will raid someone else.
Give someone some love.
I would say raid me, but raid me tomorrow night.
Go see For the Wolves tomorrow night. He'll probably be playing something that involves wrestling.
Damn
You
right.
put both of your tags into the description so people can.
I will also be streaming tomorrow night.
Yeah, so
That's
that way
pretty
you
cool.
guys. And then Dr.
I
Doof. Maybe we'll plan for maybe the first Monday of June. Maybe Dr. Doof will have Dr. Doof on. So we'll have to see. But thank you guys so much. I'm the Gnome. He's For the Wolves. He's Nye, Rusty Laser, and Wargaming Dad. We got a hype train, and we got an awesome thing. See you guys on the next adventure in space. Hey, just got another subscription. Woo! Oh, wait, it's got to do the thing.
No,
We did the
it's me.
woo. But thank you guys again. Let's go get Basement MTG, some of my good friends, and we'll go make them laugh. Peace, everybody. Tip your bartenders.
Nice.
Bye.